Hello, Wooly.
Hey,
How you doing, man?
doing all right.
What's that behind you on your right?
Oh, the camera moved over a little bit. It's just
Oh,
it's
okay. I
just
was like, oh,
it's
right.
the
Oh,
it's the
okay.
lighting rig and the TV and the camera thing. It's just everything's shifted a little bit over. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
I was getting underneath everything under there. Are you some kind of clown reference this week that I don't get?
Are you, oh, maybe. Maybe I am. Maybe I
Are
am,
you?
Wooly.
Is that another horror movie that I didn't watch?
Is this
I don't
Pennywise?
know. I don't watch a lot of horror movies, so I
Oh,
don't know. Could you imagine? That would
Bro,
be
me and Paige were talking about it. She's doing it up and she's doing it up and she's like, what are the fucking odds that this week is the only week of 5 that he does not say the word juggalo?
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
I think Paige killed it on this one. I
That
think this is by far the best one.
you are ready for the gathering.
Absolutely.
Um,
Oh,
the only thing is, and you're also ready for face scan technology,
no one can stop me if I commit a crime. No one can see my face.
which to anyone who's a little late to the party and doesn't recall the last time it came up, Juggalo makeup is uniquely perfect for the future of face capture and face recognition
It's so
because
weird.
the machines can't tell where your eyes and features
It just
are.
it just screws up every line on the face that you would lock onto.
Which to be like that's a perfect makeup to start rocking these days.
Absolutely.
I think I don't know though if when it comes to the gathering, is there a feeling about like doing the specific Violent J or the
Oh, I
specific,
don't know.
like are you supposed to like not go for the big two? Are you supposed to do your
I
original?
don't know because if you look up like Juggalo makeup, like
Mm-hmm.
most non-violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope
Mm-hmm.
Juggalo makeup is fucking terrible. It's
They have the
literally
best
just like
ones. They do.
it's white paint and just like some fucking black squares and what like just because they're drunk when they put it on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And they smear and they do all these things that are
Yeah.
like, getting a little, customizing the OC,
That being said, like it's pretty close. This is close enough to Halloween that I can just like this could be a Halloween costume. I also have like a somewhat similar head shape to one Violent J.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But you could also rock it outside normally, and depending on where and how, because we are now years beyond, but still there was a time when wearing Juggalo makeup in day-to-day life was a thing.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Right? That there was an era where that was quite common. And sometimes you'd go for like the low effort. For example, you'd be like, I'll just put on the black parts today and not the white.
I don't think I should do that.
Well, yes. To which, correct.
I don't think I should do that.
Yes, and I
We
mean,
had a really scary moment when we were looking up the thing, and we were like, "Oh wow, the lips are out," and then we just sat there for a couple of minutes going, "No, it's fine. It's fine. It's my real lips. It's my real lips. It's okay."
So there was a classic slop stream bit where we saw someone preparing their makeup and they put a base of black and then started again, then sculpted over that to make a full piece. And as Reggie pointed out, he's like, from now on, I'll just ask, "Are you done?
Is your costume finished?
Did you finish? Are there extra steps that we're in the middle of right now?"
So there was a moment where Paige was threatening to send you a picture of a bottle of shoe polish and tell you Pat really wants to use this one. I don't know how to convince him otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, of all, like, you go to the pharmacy and you go to all their different options, and for some reason, after all these years, a good old shoe polish can is still the recommended way to treat your skin.
I saw a TikTok skit about this, and I need your expertise because you are the expert
Now.
on blackface in this room, this digital room. I saw a real argument as to whether or not you could go to a Halloween party as a white guy as Justin Trudeau in blackface. If you did the jeans and the knees.
Okay, hold on. I was about to
because they're playing a white person.
Okay, hold on. I was about to seriously go, do you not remember the bit that we did here about exactly that?
Any bit that we've ever done.
Okay, well,
is that a bit that we've done?
The one that popped off on Tumblr where I'm making the devil's bargain, you should really do it.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yes, of course I remember.
You should do it.
That's where we were arguing about whether or not permission you should get to do it. Gun, right?
And so on. Exactly. Yes. No, don't do it. Yes, that one.
That's what that extrapolated out to, of like, should you grab the cop's gun or not?
Me when I see a cop's gun, yes. No. But the original email was somebody asking about whether or not it was okay to wear...
was that the original?
To wear Justin Trudeau to a Halloween party. And I maintain that Halloween parties are extra high alert for this type of buffoonery. Extra high alert because this is where the people that are the most full of shit think they can get away with it the hardest. So like everyone is on, the scanning is extra sensitive, right? We turn up the dial for sensitivity a little bit during that exact 24-hour period. Thus, yes, you should do it.
Yeah,
I do encourage you to do it.
I see.
It'll go over extra well on Halloween, the time when people have made the least amount of blunders concerning all of this. That's good stuff. Yeah, I mean, it is always like, there's always that step where it's like, hey, you can just put the clothes on and do that and let the shoe polish be implied,
and have your girlfriend come as Katy Perry.
Yeah, no, let the shoe polish be implied, right? That's the other way to do it is,
or just have it on your person. Don't use it. Just be like, I got this for later.
Now we're thinking postmodern.
All right, yeah.
Now that's it. We're just holding on to that.
Katie doesn't like me to use the shoe polish anymore.
Strong. That's the strength of the bit right there. That's powerful. Yeah. Yeah.
How was your Halloween?
It was cool. We got her into a little pumpkin dress.
Hell yeah.
We got a nice smile going. Halloween
with a baby is so weird because you just put the baby in a costume and then you're like, well,
yeah. No,
baby can't appreciate Halloween, and you don't want to show them a skeleton or whatever; they'll freak out.
I sent it to Paige. I don't know if you saw it, but we got our best smile yet.
Oh yeah!
Look at this fucking thing. Look at this.
I will.
It's absolutely, it's criminal.
I don't know where this is going. I don't know what device I should be looking at. Oh wow, that's good.
Look at that. That's best a good smile one. Yet.
That's a cute baby.
Yeah. Thank you. So that is, that's basically, that was the deal.
She has a lot of hair.
It's crazy. It's an insane amount. Oh yeah. She came out with a full head and it's been going nuts ever since. There's no controlling it. It's humongous, huge hair, big hair going. And then got the candy out and Punch Mom sat by the door and we got a couple people coming through, but
oh really? Oh cool.
Not that many, so that means a ton of leftovers I'm gonna be fucking munching on these for days, so that's good.
That's awesome, man.
Yep. My diabetes loves it. That's good. It's good for me. No, that was pretty much the deal. Nothing super eventful beyond that. I don't know if have y'all started, how elaborate are you getting with the outfits?
Okay, so
because we had a very real concern about this is a nice little pumpkin dress. It would suck to get big milk stains on it, but that's a real concern. And how do you approach the elaborate outfit to
Well,
like.
okay, so this is how it played out, right? So we looked at the little man, and the little man's talking now. He's talking like a lot, like he's like a small individual now.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're like, all right, man, what do you want to be for Halloween? Do you want to be? And we listed off like a million different things. And going back 3 months, he says a ghost, like clear as day. And then I'm like, oh, you want to be a ghost? And you go, boo. He would say boo with his cute little baby voice. So we're like, all right, ghosts. Okay, what do you want mommy into? A ghost. A ghost.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
like rock.
All day, every day, everybody. Yep.
So rock solid on
Mm-hmm.
everyone's ghosts. So what do? We get him a cute little onesie ghost costume with scary ghost face on the chest, and me and Paige get full on ghost costumes, like with the giant sheets with the eye holes and the woo. And so it all comes in the mail.
Round at the top.
Yes, we checked. We were and then so Halloween morning, we're like, all right, little man, do you want to be a ghost? No.
Fuck.
And me and Paige just went, what?
Oh.
And he goes, no ghost.
No. Too bad. Oh.
And we're both just standing there like gobsmacked. And then we're just like, nah, fuck it. And so we dressed him up as the ghost.
Yeah.
And went, you're a ghost.
Yeah.
And he went, boo.
Yeah. Oh, man. The whims.
Oh, man.
The whims of Tuesday.
Because there was there's the moment where I was like so afraid that we're going to be like putting him into the costume and he's not going to go for it. He's just going to freak out. Like, I don't want it. I'm like, oh, congratulations. And then, of course, we had plans to go trick-or-treating because he's old enough to walk around and go trick-or-treating. And then it rained like fucking crazy.
Did. Yeah.
So what we ended up doing is we ended up going to our local library, and they had like a little event set up, like a little fake little trick-or-treat thing, and sang some songs for the children. And so we got there, and the plan was that we had our costumes in the car, right? And then we're gonna go put them on, do the trick-or-treating thing. And me and Paige showed up, and we ran into like a really strange scenario. And the scenario was that not a single child, and we saw like 100, right, was dressed up as anything scary. All the 2 to 4 year olds exclusively were knights and dragons and princesses and cops and cowboys, and like not a one ghost, not a vampire, not a single monster. And me and Paige had full body, full covered sheets to wear. And all the parents were either not dressed at all or like princesses or whatever. And we were just like, if we put these on, we are going to terrify like most of these children. So Paige and I ended up going costumeless. We dressed up as mom and dad for Halloween. And the little guy had a great time. And it has unlocked the new phase of our child's life, which is, I just got a text message, which was, we're leaving the house and he wants his costume.
Why does Halloween have to be over?
Well, he really, really likes wearing his ghost costume. And the weather is colder now, and the ghost costume was specifically built for like late fall because it's nice and warm.
Oh, there you go.
So we're probably going to be rolling around a little ghost for the next couple of months.
Let's see. That's pretty good.
And also, he really sells it because people go, "Oh, what are you dressed up as?" And he goes, "A ghost." And then he covers his eyes and goes, "Boo!" And everybody loves it. So who are we to argue? You can't
take that away. No, the only thing I'm just like, what always sucks whenever it rains on Halloween is the whole like, okay, well, trick or treat, I'm wearing a giant thick goose down jacket, but underneath it I have a pretty sick costume. You can sort
Yeah.
of see the parts sticking out of it, you know, but yeah, like, what are you going to do about bad weather, you know? Nice to have the
Like, well,
alternative,
Halloween is like specifically in the baddest weather period of the entire year.
though.
Like October, like that's terrible. But also, like, I don't know about you, but when I was a little baby child, like, yeah, no, it was either throw a raincoat on or a big old jacket. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. But we didn't plan for like a heavy downpour. We planned for cold weather,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Well,
And the other thing is that as a 2-year-old, he can't really hold an umbrella, right? It's
of
just not a
course.
viable option.
Um, I've talked about it before, but the for at least over here, the November 1st / October 31st was typically when we after El Nino happened, I want to say, was when we saw like the first snowfall would be right around there, you know.
Yeah.
um
Yeah, I'm sure you and I have both done Halloween with snow on the ground.
Yeah, that has started to change, you know, and whatnot. But I remember specifically we had El Nino, and then it was like after this point, Halloween is the marker for when you can expect snow to begin right afterwards.
Mhm.
And that's not fun. Is going around doing that or so. But my entire well, anyway, my entire Halloween fucking memory thing is mostly adulthood because obviously, you know,
The devil's holiday.
indeed, when we were
I gotta say
we
though,
were taken to
to be fair,
Mhm.
it is like overtly the devil's holiday. Like
it is.
actually.
No, you know, and we were shown the VHS tape about the group that takes kids into the woods and sacrifices one. You know, and that's what the true
Catholics?
that's the true meaning of Halloween is these cults and paganists and Satanists are sacrificing children, you know, which turned out to not be far from the truth. And we were also then shown by the same company a here's why Christmas is bad VHS tape as well, you know.
Bro, come on.
Yeah, that was a real one, you know. Saint Nick and old Nick are referring to the same Nick after all.
No, Saint Nicholas is an actual for real saint.
Old Nick, the other name for the devil. Don't worry about it. And don't get me started on Krampus, you know.
I mean, Krampus is like the devil, like for real, but Swedish, right?
Scandi, yeah, something to that effect in general. You know, so anyway, and I do remember there was at least a couple years of, okay, we can't stop them, so let's just have like, you know, like Bible candy night.
Okay.
And you come here and we'll play games and sing songs and have a little study, and then also you get candy.
I mean, that actually sounds like a way better pitch than the alternative.
That's what I'm like. You are bribing correctly. Like I didn't get that as a kid, right?
I'll also get candy, and my soul will be good. You know what? All right, maybe.
It took years for them to figure that out. That being said, I don't know that they continued. I think it lasted maybe 2-3 years and then just stopped because, you know, the people.
These kids are still playing Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know.
You can't stop them, you know. But anyway.
Bro, they should make a biblical Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean,
about whatever, and then like pitch it, and I bet I would play a game of that. Fuck it.
I bet you there is a tabletop on that basis. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Left Behind didn't make some sort of game that was like a tabletop version of it that was playable some way.
That is what that's about. I've never seen a single thing of Left Behind, but as soon as you said it in this conversation, it's about the raptor,
it's the
isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
you know,
that's stupid.
And it would take way less work to do that than to fucking edit Wolfenstein to be a Super Noah's Ark game, which they did for the Super Nintendo. Like,
supposedly that was like okay.
I don't know. I mean, I never gave it more than a couple seconds,
I
but
don't think it was as good as, ironically enough, the Chex Quest game, which apparently was like pretty good.
well, my QA brain wants to go and see like how well could you have edited this? Because can there be some way where if I scrape enough against the system, you can eventually find a way to turn these llamas or these giraffe back into a super Nazi,
Maybe, maybe,
and then have
maybe.
two of them on the ark that explode. Like there might be a way. We know the code is in there. I don't know if all the sprites got
I did a
covered.
sequence of events and Noah's head explodes.
That's
like
what
it
I'm
does at the end of
saying.
Bionic Commando.
You know, fucking turn the little portrait of Noah into BJ down in the corner all for like 2 seconds.
That's good.
Yeah. Anyways,
Well, Halloween's awesome. It's gonna be awesome every year until they want to go out with their friends. No, Dad, I want to go with my friends. Gonna drink in the park.
when Halloween
No.
becomes the party night. Yeah.
No.
Anyway, yeah. Let me just. I'm like, there was trends in high school with like costumes that people would come to school with, and I were like, where are we going with this? Like, I don't want. It's weird when someone comes to. Don't. Yeah, you're right. All right, we're just gonna abort.
Where are you going? No. I want to go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Your level of uncomfortability is making me excited.
Because you thought about what your problems were going to be, and I'm like, what are my problems going to be? And I was like, oh, well, let me think of how things were in high school. And I was like, oh, you're right. There's astronaut, and then there's sexy astronaut, and then there's baby, and then there's sexy baby. And it's just like,
yeah, that's a weird one. I don't like that one.
Can we just stop? Can we not do that? That's horrible. Can we please quit? You know, we don't need that in brackets after every potential outfit. And I didn't enjoy it.
Can I say some outrageously out of touch boomer shit about the kids? Can I go for it? I walked by my local school and I saw a bunch of kids on Halloween dressed up in a way that I was like, that's a cool costume. So what they were is they went to school and they were just in their fucking pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, you guys are dressed up as kids whose parents don't respect them because they let you go to school wearing your fucking pajamas. And look like a buffoon.
Right. Okay. Look, you know, so it was I would say that over the years it was seeing people do the pajama look with the big sleeper bed or with the big pillow or whatever, nighty, etc. Sure, do your thing. Low effort, yes, do your whatever. But
and so by the way, I want to clarify, I'm not talking about pajama day. I'm actually just mocking the parents that just let their kids go to school with pajamas all the time.
I remember the first time I saw someone in one of those like your outfit looks like somebody carrying something else, like, you know, an alien is kidnapping you, so like your
That's
body.
always a cool one.
Yeah, the first time I saw that, it blew my mind. I was like, what is happening? It was crazy, you know. And now more common, but like that thing and the horrible one that is putting the giant spider outfit on your dog.
Yeah,
That's
especially
the
this
worst
thing. Because he's already got spider legs.
That is so mean. That is horrifying. And their legs bounce up and down as they walk, and they don't know why everybody all of a sudden is terrified of them.
It's really scary. It's a really genuinely scary costume because there's a certain distance in which it all just blends together in too many legs and too big. And the distance is like not that far away. It's like 20 feet that your brain just hijacks your limbic system and goes, ah!
And
it's a dog. It's a dog in a costume.
But just think about what that dog is going through for one day, not understanding why everyone is horrified.
Maybe they feel really tough and cool.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
bad.
They feel really tough and cool.
It's bad. How was your week?
Terrible. Overall, my internet problems continue.
Sick.
Oh, fucking sick! Audacity just crashed again.
Okay. No worries. I got you. I got you on the back end.
Wow, what incredible timing. What amazing timing.
The timing is pretty good. But yeah, we can work through that. Hit the button whenever you get a chance.
I think there's like a new feature that Audacity is doing that is causing this to happen. I think dropout protection is fucking on me.
Okay.
All right, I'm recording again.
All right, go for it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync.
All right.
I hope we don't get another video now.
It's super useful information.
Yeah.
So, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Hey, so what else was going on?
Oh, the internet's still fucked up. That's just what's going on. My internet is inconsistent, and I have to call a technician again. And of course, here's my favorite part. I had a sponsored stream on Halloween, and the sponsored stream only had to be an hour long. And because of my internet issues, I technically streamed that game from 2 p.m. to almost 8.
Okay.
Because my sponsor wanted an hour, and that's how long it took to get them 1 hour.
Damn. Okay.
And it had to be on Halloween. So, like, you can imagine how frustrating that was.
What's the play in, like, recording an offline stream and then playing that?
No,
I know.
It's like
I know.
Actually,
I know.
Like this person's contract.
I'm aware.
Said you can't do it.
I know.
Can't do that.
That's not what we're looking for. No.
So yeah, no. That I've had a rough a couple of days doing that. On the plus side, I've gotten to know my teammates in the Box Jam Slam considerably better.
Let's go. So, how's Cloud 805 doing? How's that going?
Cloud 805, in addition to being a really chill and nice guy, is a really great coach.
Fuck yeah.
Is just really, really good at like zoning in on what you can improve today.
Nice.
Right? Like, because you'll like, I'm playing Teemo. Teemo's the character I'm going to be bringing into the slam. And it's like, can I be doing like mushroom loops? Yes. Am I going to learn how to do mushroom loops consistent in like 3 days? No, I'm not.
Right.
So let's focus on this corner carry. Let's focus on communication with my teammates, on tagging. Let's focus on how to abuse Teemo super tag nonsense. Let's do that combo where Teemo super tags and Yasuo just does that slash like 4 times in a row. Stuff like that. Like easy stuff that makes a big difference. Also, on seeds 4 and 3, there's Shumimi and Shimada Tiger, who I got to know as a result of this. They're super chill. Cool to see Shimada actually be a fan of this program.
Yay.
That's always a good start. When she was training, they're calling it Dojo Super Beast was her stream title.
Nice.
I'm like, this fucking yes.
Good.
They have improved by multiple orders of magnitude.
Yeah.
Like Cloud and I Heart Justice, Javi, have like dragged the 3 of us like 2 seed placements up from where we started.
Amazing.
I filled out my form as Emerald 1. I am now Diamond 3.
There you go.
In 5 days of playing with these people.
It's so interesting how, like, sometimes it's just like, okay, your game plan is fine. You just need to be aware of what's happening to you, Yeah. Sometimes it's like, or just like a little piece of information here or there to just kind of slightly correct what you've got. And you don't overwhelm. You don't put too much on the plate. you keep it where it's already at with your knowledge, but just a couple of steering. A good coach will steer you just right where you are at your speed. That's great.
Like, it's the most important thing is like, because I've been coached by various things in various parts of my life, and oftentimes I feel like I've gotten the advice of like, here's this really hard thing to do now, and I'm like, that will take me a really long time to learn. Whereas opposed, like, I could learn like this small thing and this small thing and this small thing that I could do today.
Yeah,
and it would matter today.
And Cloud is a hyper fighting game specialist, right? Like, so that is definitely the right person as well, which is, you've got your fundamentals in classic Street Fighter.
I know how a fighting game works.
Yeah,
I know how a fighting game works.
But he's coming in with the Marvel and DBFZ info and Strive and shit like that. So yeah, that's perfect.
During the Box Jam Slam yesterday, I wasn't streaming because I've actually been running a Twitch Inspector stream for 48 hours now.
Oh shit! Okay. Yeah.
Because of course, now that a technician's coming to my house in a couple of days, now my internet has no problems. So they're gonna get to come here and be like, "Seems fine to me," and I'm like, "But when you fucking leave, it will break." And I am also charting the weather because I have a sneaking suspicion that when it rains, the internet goes out, which means there's a problem in the wire somewhere on the system.
Okay.
So I'm doing a lot. But regardless, back to the Slam, got to play some of the other teams for the first time.
Exhibition still, because the official matches start tomorrow.
It's just getting to know people, get some practice.
So what's the feel on saving that shit for nationals versus showing your cards?
No, so nobody's saving anything for anything.
We're just having fun. We're playing.
In fact,
yeah.
In fact, Willie, I gotta tell you, have you ever been part of a group and you realize that your personality is the only personality like it in like the whole room?
Yeah.
So like we're doing practicing, and like I think I was playing a match with Huntress and her partner, and Huntress is a VTuber. She's in my seed, so I will be going up against her at some point. And we were playing. It was me and Shumimi versus Huntress, and I forget who it was. But they were like, "Oh my god! Oh, I didn't know you could block that." And I'm just like, "Oh, you can't. No, you can't. You shouldn't even try. You should like. In fact, it's actually, there's no setup you can do it." And I can hear like some of the other people laughing, but like, "What, bro?" I was like, "No, just lie like crazy."
Yeah.
Just lie like constantly. K7 came in, and him and Cloud start talking about how Teemo's probably top one. And my voice comes out, go, "Nah, he's bad. He's actually like really undertuned."
Well,
really undertuned. I mean, in fact, like, he's probably the worst character in the game. And it's just like talking to people about FF14. All you have to do is say the best character is undertuned, and people just short circuit. They just like go, "What?
Because down players are a humongous problem in every game, right?
Down players are heroes.
It's fucking crazy.
They're there to keep everybody else honest.
It's where the term "he needs it" comes from, right? No,
I think there's a phrase going around. Seijan was saying that like, if somebody really hates Yasuo, when they type into chat, Yasuo's offense is just too honest. Just too honest.
Yeah. Now the thing is, Teemo is definitely shaping up to be way more incredible than we thought, and we already thought he was strong. And again, hey, look, the Marlin Pie characters are fucking dominating. How about that? How about that, Marlin? Right? But
he really did overtune those two like crazy.
But like, you wouldn't, but it takes a second to figure it out with Teemo, right? But then you see examples, and so like a bunch of crazy fighting game shit happened this weekend. But like at DreamHack Atlanta,
I saw the Echo one,
Sonic Fox versus Leffen, right? And
what incredible comeback! Oh wow,
the match was so insane. But like, what you got to see there is straight up round start, call and assist, and then Teemo blows the blow darts,
Yeah.
And then you just, while the blow darts are out, do
Just
stuff.
start your mix unmolested.
Just do stuff. Whatever.
It was the first thing Cloud taught us how to do.
It's so strong.
It's the first thing.
And yeah, and so it's really just like you see shit like that, and like that. I mean, a crazy grand finals there, but like you get to see what he's good at, right? Running from halfway across the screen to get a little pickup after the throw with the net, you know, and just like a little things like that are like, okay, he's not top in the same ways that like Echo and Yasuo are, where they're able to just dominate with their full tools, but if you play him the right way and with the right fuse, you know,
it's very impressive.
It's fucking super hard.
Also like some of his best stuff is totally brain dead. I like super tagging to cover the whole screen with is like free. You can do it every time.
At one point during that grand finals, I saw he did the pogo stick overhead like a millimeter off the ground. It made no sense. It was like, this is an overhead.
Overhead that, and if your timing's good, you can turn that into like dropping your body into just instant overheading into a combo.
I mean, like, instant overhead is supposed to be like, okay, they jump a certain height and then you see they get tagged, you know, on the way up, and he can float his parachute down and then do a little, like, it's so crazy, you know. So, anyway,
I'll say, like, in terms of saving it for nationals, I can't believe how effective his parachute is against everyone around my skill level. Just go for a jump in and then just stop. And then they whiff their anti-air and then just fall down and hit them and just start the whole show.
So the reason why, like, for dive kicks, for example, are so good, and why there's a whole game built around the joke of them being that good, is because one of the first things that happens in fighting games in general is your brain gets used to the parabolic arc of a jump. And so when you go, what goes up must come down. And then you get used to the timing of like, so he's on the way up.
Yeah, you internalize it.
Now your brain goes, and Shoryuken, right? They jump up and flash kick. That's a part of your heart rhythm as you play. And then you go jump up and nope. And you're like, you know? And like, even when they know it's coming, you're still conditioned to have your first reflex be anti-air. No, wait.
It's really hard. It's hard to do.
And that little no wait is just enough of a hiccup in the flow chart to be like, fuck, what am I doing? And then you got him, you know? It's so strong to do anything in midair that changes your jump arc or slows you down, or the parabola, you know?
So in terms of saving it shit for nationals, I got to play one Peter Park and Unruly with Shumimi and myself, which is a matchup that will happen at a later date.
Oh, shit.
And it was very even. It was very even, and it was, if I can say, it was a combination of two different types of training.
Who's coaching Kenny?
K7.
Show off, yeah. Okay.
Though they only met for the first time yesterday because they've been very busy.
Okay.
But it was very, very interesting because it was a completely different style of training and what everybody's been focusing on, and it was fascinating. So Cloud has been focusing on all of our fundamentals, right? Everybody needs a combo they can do every time. Here's a little trick. Here's a little trick. Here's a little thing to do in neutral. Here's how to react to this. Here's how to tag to this. Like basics.
Yeah.
Right. Meanwhile, we played with Peter and Kenny, and their basics were not quite as tight, but what they did have is the most disgusting, aggressive mix-up plan possible. They're running 2 times assist.
Yeah, okay.
And when Peter's coming in as Warwick, Ilaoi does assist 1 and then assist 2 during Warwick's mix.
That's the diaphone.
So the tentacle is just shooting around everywhere while you're having to guess high-low on the Warwick mix-up. It's really good. Yeah. So, and like they rode that trick to all the wins they did because we couldn't deal with it.
It's insanely strong. Yeah. So that's the diaphone, because I play Ilaoi on double down, but like, and you can do some stuff, but when you have her on 2x assist, assist 1 into 2 leaves you a year to just mix them up while they're locked down with the tentacle. That's another way of coaching that is pretty effective. That is just like, you have one trick, it's really strong,
It's really strong.
and then just do everything and plan around this one gimmick and see if they can get past it or not.
If we could play neutral, we would win. And if they got the space to run that gimmick, they would take the round. Like, it was very like back and forth and back and forth.
There was one of the earlier slams. There was I forgot who the streamer was and the coach, but someone taught someone to just headbutt with Honda. And it was like,
that'll work against a lot of people.
That's it. It's like, no. Don't get fancy. Just headbutt, have the Ochio throw ready to go, and then butt slam. You know? The basics, like butt slam to master. And yeah, it fucking worked. You know, that is a really difficult thing to deal with. As you get better, it's still a problem, right? So yeah, you can absolutely teach somebody that one thing and see if that'll carry you through. Because the other bit too is that, like, admittedly, a bracket is different from a round robin, you know, kind of playoff. But if people at the highest level are using this gimmick and are unable to deal with it, you can bet your ass that you're at lower levels, you're not going to figure out a solution on the fly, you know? And what you want to do is, of course, layer it so that while that's going on, let's say he has a variation where he does it, I don't know, a little bit slower and goes for a throw. Or if you follow up, if you answer it one way, then, oh, I got a different answer for you. You just like that, just 2 layers of depth, and that can be your whole coaching game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so so far it's an even match in the exhibitions. Mm-hmm.
So, well, no. There's some weaker and stronger. Like, there's a couple teams I feel pretty confident against, and there's one team I don't feel confident against.
Okay.
And that's Box is in my seed, and I'm like, how the fuck Box gets seed 2? I fought his Vi, and I'm like, I don't understand how the fuck this happened.
Are they doing electrics?
They're doing everything.
Okay.
They're doing literally everything.
Because yeah, like, if you well, you know, there's always that person you're fighting in ranked where you get absolutely annihilated by them in game 1 because you're like, oh my god, you should be way above where you are. You're probably an expert player that's smurfing or coming back down through the ranks to learn something, and then you play the second game and realize, oh wait, all they have is that one top layer. All they have is that one thing, and the moment you crack it, they don't know what the fuck to do, right? Geef is a pretty good character. Grapplers in general are good at breaking that open, because people who are doing pressure that has holes in it get thrown, you know, and then they have to stop and change that pressure. But if they went through the rest of the cast never thinking about the gaps in their pressure, then they didn't have to worry about getting thrown and destroyed, you know? So you might be dealing with that, like... It's a I don't know, it's a fancy, you know, cheese au gratin, you know, kind of cover, but then underneath it, there's no content, nothing to worry about. Maybe, but you never know.
It's really fascinating because I fought a couple people who had just combos for days, just fancy stuff, but they can't deal with run up throw.
Right.
They can't.
Right.
Their brain doesn't have the tech reflex.
Right.
It's fascinating.
And you've picked a lane. Your lane is annoying. So
yeah, my lane is annoying. My lane is hyper aggressive Teemo. The Teemo has really disgusting stuff he can do off his throws, which actually makes me super mad because, like, Blitz can't do anything off his throws, but Darius and Alawi and Teemo can. That's fucking bullshit. Double the strength of Blitz's throw. Just make it do 40%.
So Blitz currently has a ridiculously, like, it's a compromising bug in my opinion, right, where if he does his grapple, his get over here, and it hits an assist character, the next button he does has no hitbox.
Yeah, it's busted. It's really bad.
That is enough to make him bottom garbage, dirt tier, unusable until they fix that.
Even without it, he's still not very good.
There's problems. There are problems. He's a fantastic sidekick. He's a
Oh
fantastic
yeah.
background character for certain, super setups. But yeah, that is an that you cannot take that character above a certain tier with a problem like that. Because if I know that I'm like, oh, I can just fuck you, and it doesn't go away naturally, it stays persistent until you whiff the button or whatever, Anyways, so
yeah, having fun. The tournament is tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. That's the pre-elimination phase. That's seeding. That's Tuesday. Thursday is some Swiss rounds, just some round robining stuff. And then on Saturday is going to be the proper double elimination bracket.
there we go. Do you know what you're going to eat for
I don't
breakfast?
think maybe we'll win, but we're definitely going to place for sure.
Have you thought about what you're going to eat?
Like breakfast, like maybe a burger.
The correct answer is nothing, Pat.
Oh,
nothing.
I should play hungry.
Play hungry. Toronto. Never forget. Play hungry.
So stupid.
Pass out as you play.
Oh, it's never been dumber than
the
this.
Microphone over Discord. People need to be hearing. They need to be hearing Samurai Champloo noises coming out of your microphone over the call. No excuses.
I feel like that's like a psyop about like to make your opponents like weaker.
Dude, it's just the Toronto Marvel players were insane. That's all you need to know. In between their horrible accents.
Terrible accents.
You
so
leave
that's
your moms to play hungry in the hood? Sick to my stomach, fam.
It's not even a real accent. That shit didn't even exist 15 years ago. It's completely fucking fake. Fucking Toronto. Oh my God.
All right.
What else? I beat Hades 2. I rolled credits on Hades 2. Yeah, air quotes. Yeah, so I think the way that Hades 2 has done this ending patch stuff, I don't know if you've heard about that.
Have you? Did you bring it up last week, I think?
I brought it up, but I hadn't actually encountered it.
Okay.
And the patch hadn't come out yet. I think the way they've handled the way this patch works is one of the shittiest updates I have ever encountered in my life. It is one of the worst ways. And don't worry, guys, there won't be any spoilers. It is one of the worst ways I have ever had to deal with a patch. It has fully reinforced my I'm just gonna wait 6 months for almost every game I can get a hold of. It is the worst. So the long and short of it is that people generally did not like the game's 1.0 ending. I went and I checked out what was different and what was changed, and I'll tell you, yeah, that's a pretty bad fucking ending. That's I would call it poor. I wouldn't call it terrible, but it's pretty shit, right? And then what, a month later, 6 weeks later, they said, hey, big changes coming to the ending. And it was okay. And big changes include a bunch of new dialogue on the path to the ending. The ending's twice as long. There's some actual narrative changes that happen, but there's just more of it as well. And I'm oh, that's a much better ending. I don't think it's great, but I think it's much better. However, well, what if I beat 1.0 and saw the old ending? Well, they're going to add an incantation that you can use to just reset the game's story progress just for the main quest. And so you'll basically be starting over and you have to do your 6 and 8 runs again. Right. But it will add all, you'll basically be playing through the new version. So here's a much more interesting question. What if I already did everything I need to do before the final important run. Well, Pat, person in this fringe situation, what's going to happen is you're going to see the new upgraded ending and none of the new dialogue that builds up to it. And the ability to rewind the game's state only exists after you beat the game.
Okay, fuck. So the new, because okay, I saw this being referred to as a true ending, right?
No, there's two. There's the credits ending, and then there's a true ending afterwards. It's the credits ending that was changed.
Okay, the thing after that is the same.
Yes.
So there's a build up to that stuff that happens through dialogue beforehand.
So I'll stop you, and I'll just like, because it's complicated.
I understand. Okay.
In the original 1.0 release, the biggest complaint was there's no lead up to this ending. It's very sudden, and it comes out of nowhere. So in addition to changing it for the better, what they also did is went back and put supporting dialogue that would lead the characters to that conclusion.
Okay.
So what I get now, being right at the end, like right at the finish line, I get the new ending that still doesn't have any setup to it. So I go, that's really weird. It's like all the characters change their minds at the last second for no fucking reason. And I can't go back to see it until I beat the fucking game. This is not a 1.0 release. I waited like a year to play this game at 1.0 on the fucking Nintendo Switch when it is done on a console, fucking finished. And then I'm playing it for like a couple weeks. And they're like, by the way, we rewrote the whole ending. But you're stuck. You're actually locked in now.
What percentage would you say is it of the new stuff is pre-ending setup versus changes to the actual ending?
I won't be able to tell you that until I go and actually do it again. Supposedly, nearly every character of note gets multiple lines of dialogue that set up the new ending.
Jeez, that
across 8 runs.
Yeah, I mean the thing with this is, it's almost going back to summer. It's not the same, but that the problem I had of like overdosing on pre-release versions of the game.
So I accidentally did that with the full release of the game.
Yeah, the general understanding being like when something is in early access or so, anything can happen. You can't, you progress at your own risk or whatever. But if you're doing it once there is a 1.0 call, then you should not feel like you should not lose anything.
Change or a bug fix here or there.
And that's complex too, because you can't just do like a cutscene viewer. You know what I mean? Like it's tons of dialogue. Yeah, and this game has so much dialogue that like going back to catch it all is also like impractical.
It is like the worst feeling situation I have been in a game's narrative or a patch.
Just do it all over. Just do it all over. Yeah.
And so now I'm gonna reset it and I'm gonna do it all over, and my brain is gonna go, wow, I really wish I had seen this first or been able to go back first instead of getting locked into this weird sequence of events. Like, I think that they locked down the Nintendo Switch 2 release date and then realized they weren't going to hit it, because that first ending, when I went back and watched it, that seems incomplete. That seems like not finished. There is too much dialogue re-recorded and too much new art for me to believe they saw people like complain about it and we're like, oh, let's get everybody back in the studio and fix it up. And now the game's 1.0.
And if this content, which I imagine it sounds like it's pretty good, is worth it.
Supposedly,
that fucking sucks. Yeah, this reminds me of P5 Royale, right? And it's not, of course, the same thing with the release structure, but in terms of like, is it enough to just go check?
There's a new ending to that game.
Is there? Yeah, and I remember at one point I was like, so is it enough to just check out the new stuff? And it's like, no, because
it's integrated.
It's integrated. The campaign itself, right? And SMT5 as well, where at least with SMT5, I will say that the Vengeance mode is like wait, no, not Vengeance. Am I getting that wrong? Anyway.
Yeah, no, Vengeance.
Vengeance. Yeah. Is like, like 20 minutes in, it's diverging heavily, right? So that whole thing about like, you're going back for P5, but the integration starts earlier, and I'm like, I don't have it in me to go do it again. I just don't. If it was,
I tried, and I get distracted by something else because there's too much of that game that's the same. I'll go back to it in like 5 years or something like that.
So if the victory lap was like all the same, and then from this point forward it changes, that would be, I'd be okay with that. It would be easier to digest. But nope. The fact that you're all this stuff beforehand, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, then
Like
I'm just gonna get punished for being an early adopter, and that'll be that. You know?
I happen to be in the, like, if I had beaten the game myself and be like, wow, that's terrible, and then go, oh, let's see what they changed, that would have been fine. If I had not picked it up until last week, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But I got to exist in the nexus point of shit where now, like, my experience was totally disconnected from itself.
And
fucking stupid.
And again, like, I always, like, I've done the pre 1.0 burnout thing. If you specifically waited, that sucks. And you were also, you stopped right before, like, the final point is basically.
I had one run to go. I had the final run to go when the patch downloaded on Steam on my computer.
Okay. Does the extra stuff that you're describing that is added into the main story, did they add stuff to the side content at all as well? Because
the way that it works is that, like, basically your runs with Kronos have more and new dialogue, and there are more and new dialogue with side characters about your runs with Kronos.
Okay, all in the context of the main runs, yes. But everything you did outside of that is still
all the personal progression, all that stuff. That's all the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Just the worst. Just the worst.
Yeah.
Like an author changing the ending to a book while it's in your hands. Mm-hmm. Just god awful. Hey, I gotta take a quick break. I gotta help with baby. I'll be right back.
All right.
So yeah, to continue off what I was saying, man, I like if I was reviewing Hades 2, I would pull a full fucking point off the score for this nonsense. Like this makes me feel stupid for waiting to play the game at release instead of picking it up on a Steam sale.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so these are truly, I guess, the downsides of like, ongoing development. It works for costs and it works for, how Hades 2 handled it and stuff. And again, I think most people are able to accept if it's early access, then you take what you get. I guess here, maybe the thought too as well is like, did they make like the ending being received poorly was not expected, so then they went back and improved it?
So I don't know. I feel like they threw this thing together really fast. Like really. When did hold on? When did Hades 2 release? Hades 2 release date. That's not correct. May 6th is not correct. That is wrong, Google. It did not come out May 6th, 2024. Came out September 25th. Okay. So that is what? It's a month ago. It feels really fast to have put this together in a 1 month. Especially since it took like a week for people to get to the ending en masse and start to complain really, really bad.
Okay, so they already were planning to add to it, and they kind of just had a early version of it.
I can't tell you for certain, but it feels like this was in the works and just didn't make it.
Uncharacteristic.
It feels that way.
Uncharacteristic of them in terms of like they usually are pretty solid with all this type of stuff.
So yeah, that super cool thing ended up being a massive disappointment.
You're on a weird edge case because of your exact save file progression placement.
That's true. I think that they could have solved that by not locking the ability to rewind the game after beating the game. If I could have just gone, hey, hit the button to restart and just play through the 14 more runs and do it, I would have been like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But like this edge case doesn't have to exist is basically what I'm saying.
No. But the QA in me is like, no, but I would write that shit up anyways. You know what I mean? I would report that and go like, that doesn't need to be like that. So fair enough.
Yeah, I've been having like longer and weirder relationships with games being done and finished. Like they have said outright, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will receive a final stability patch and its final DLC this coming Tuesday on the 11th. So I'll start playing it. Right? Cyberpunk literally put out a patch that's called the final patch.
I mean, okay.
And then they patched like 3 times during your playthrough.
I started that playthrough smug as shit, being like, man, I sure waited for the perfect time. I sure wasn't a sucker that played it earlier and got a worse version of what the fuck do you mean there's new shit coming? What are you talking about?
So early access is obviously very different, and who am I to say that you shouldn't improve your game post-release? But like it really feels like every single game is in early access for like 5 years after it comes out. Like, I know that's been a joke that people have said, but like I probably would have beaten Baldur's Gate 3 if there wasn't always a patch 2 weeks from now that improves it and adds more stuff.
This attitude can kind of go on forever. I mean, somewhere out there, someone could be like, yeah, you know what? I was waiting for Dragon Ball FighterZ to be finished before I started playing. and now that they announced one more character, now it's time to start getting
fighting games are obviously anything competitive is a slightly different place.
But no,
but like it's getting more and more frustrating. Like Monster Hunter Wilds, somebody mentions that. Dude, that game is, they put out a statement like in May that was like, we'll be working on the performance in a patch in December of this year.
So
like, are you fucking crazy?
It's not the highest priority, but I always think about like solutions that could be elegant, where it's like, okay, so you missed something. Is there a way for you to go back and not miss it? You know, is there a way for you to go to a menu somewhere and just recap a conversation, recap a moment, replay something to just kind of go back
You know what
and
they could have
see
done?
the
You know what I
content?
would have preferred in Hades? I would have preferred them just loading up all the new dialogue and have like go talk to Hecate
Oh,
6 times in a row.
in a row. Yeah, just
Yeah,
blast the
fuck it.
dialogue in one
Fuck it.
shot.
That would be way better.
Oh my god, that's so inelegant, but yeah. I mean, the other, you know, because there's so many. It's such a game too with random musings. You know what I mean? So I'm like, for one thing to be like, oh, go to the character's profile, and then each step of the way you can select this step of their heart progression, this step of their heart progression, and replay that dialogue if you want to hear it again or something. But yeah, when there's little things that are asides or, you know, shit where, I mean, in part 1, when Meg randomly shows up in the calf, you know, it's like, yeah, you don't, the lines coming out of her are not planned. That's not planned. She's going to show up randomly and you may or may not go talk to her. You know, it's like it's so much. It's so much. And the whole star of the show really is how insane the amount of dialogue, the insane word count in this game is a feature. So I don't know the most elegant way to just let you go back and not miss it. But
yeah,
weird edge case.
Garrett, it has really soured me on the narrative. Like playing it fucking rules, but like the story, which is supposed to be like the bread of the game sandwich, is like soured on me and bums me the fuck out.
So like while I have the QA field that like breaks shit as I'm playing it, you have this one where I can't.
The timing field is god awful.
This happens to you multiple times where you're in
all the
that
time.
weird edge
Happens
case
to me all the time. It's the types of games that I like. I like Western-made RPGs. Well, I should just go fuck myself. That like, and
when
this
to
is
start.
so. This has been a thing forever. As soon as these games could get patched, like it's become like, man, playing New Vegas on launch day. Dude, playing New Vegas on launch day back in 2009. That was crazy. That was crazy. That thing was like, that might be the most on fire release I've ever got my hands on.
But that's waiting for the
right?
fans to fix it, right? Like,
right. And here's the thing. You know what? I didn't mind it back then. You know why I didn't mind it back then? Because I was like 20. And when I was like, oh,
fully on the Fallout train.
I'll just replay it again when the DLC comes out. And then I did. And then later when I was a little older, I'll just stream it. So I played it and now I played it like 4 times. But when I'm looking at Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, or fucking Rogue Trader, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to play this 145-hour RPG once.
Is it safe?
I would like it to be finished. Can you not do 4.5 years of DLC, please? Fuck it. Wrath of the Righteous also did a free epilogue that voice acted endings for all the characters. That was the last thing they put out. Like 3 years after the game came out.
I'm thinking of games that have like massive time sinks in them where, you know, you don't run into this. And I'm like, FromSoft games absolutely change themselves as you're playing them. Elden Ring
hot.
Elden Ring fucking moved NPCs around like a game of fucking
Elden Ring
musical chairs
at like version 0.8, man. Like
they picked people up and dropped them elsewhere. They made bushes start talking to you. Like they had so much shit unfinished when that dropped. And fortunately, I guess, when you do want to go find out something that you missed, it's 1 5-minute YouTube video away.
Yeah.
It's an easy catch up to be like, oh yeah, here's the dialogue from when they moved Nefeli Lu from here over to there, you know? And you're caught up in 2 seconds. But yeah, they were not done.
I like really ambitious RPGs from North American and European developers that launch broken every time. I have played Witcher 1, Witcher 2, Witcher 3, and Cyberpunk on release to some degree, right? Like Witcher 3, and every single game has come out more fucked the day it comes out. Like, I don't know if you remember this because you didn't play Witcher 3. Witcher 3 came out fucked on release.
Yes,
like,
but
tons and tons of quests just didn't resolve correctly.
But I remember the discussion around this has just been like, it's CD Projekt. This is what happens.
Right. So I remember like long ago when we had the discussion about Cyberpunk, when they showed off that trailer, I'm like, this game's gonna come out fucked up. But even I could not have foreseen just how fucked up that game would come out. That was their fucking coup de grace on that shit.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to that game, like, they were picking up the ashes. Like, it was nothing but shitpost memes of people falling out of worlds, which still happens, by the way. But like, unplayable garbage footage coming out all over Twitter at the time, versus now where you're like, no, this is a good game. This is cool. You know,
I'm gonna tell you right now, Witcher 1, I actually recently rewent through Witcher 1, and I've fucked around with Witcher 2 and 3 since. Witcher 1, 2, and 3 and Cyberpunk will never be stable. Ever. There's like the way those games are built and the things they want to do, they will never be stable. Witcher 1 runs off a single core. You can't get a good frame rate in a bunch of those areas. The computer to make
matter
it
what
doesn't exist. Right?
Crisis.
But they're a far cry from what they were on release.
A far cry?
Expression. That's people use that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I think Witcher 2 is the most fucked up of them all. I think that game sucks in a really interesting way, and I love it. I'll play it on stream one day.
Okay. Anything else for this week?
I don't think so. If you want to buy a cool clown shirt with my face on it, you can go down to shop.orchid8.com.
There you go.
And look for the Pat Stares At clown shirt. It's only available until November 8th. You only have 5 more days to get it. People have already gotten it and have noticed that the clown motif on it is actually way larger than it appears.
Okay.
It's fucking huge.
Oh, it's a blow up.
Oh yeah, it's fucking awesome. I have mine. I love that thing. It's also really soft.
There you go. I've been receiving photos of folks who have gotten their hands on their plushes.
Yep.
And I can confirm.
I saw you crucified earlier today.
I did. There's not great. I can confirm, as I've just this morning I got like the extras, from that came in. So that's, hey, there's some wholesome content out there. Someone's playing Third Strike, and Makoto, wins a match, and then the camera pans over to Lil Wolves getting shoved off the couch in salt, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And then there's jars, and
I saw the jars.
Yeah, and look, like I said,
the jars are currently empty, so you're already, hey, that's okay.
Sarah, just like, at least
you can't tell them what to do.
I can't tell you what to do.
They're too strong.
But I can at least just, if I'm gonna be in the jar, just let me have my stick inside the jar too, so I can lab while I'm in the jar. That's all. Just it's really mean to put me in the jar and take the stick away. That's so mean.
Listen, you know what? They'll probably give you a choice of what goes in the jar, but your choices will be limited and bad.
Okay, the stick can go in alongside other things. Or, yeah. All right. Well,
I'm going to try and stream the Box Jam Slam this week, as well as some regular stuff over at twitch.tv/PatStaresAt and youtube.com/PatStaresAt. Here's hoping that it fucking works, because I'm going to fucking shoot myself.
I mean,
so stressed out.
I would have said before this, like, now we can truly see whether this is the good Wi-Fi, but like,
the Wi-Fi, so the internet is having a problem. The new router's Wi-Fi is fucking crazy good.
No, we're beyond that at this point.
No, the problem is the cable, or I don't know. I'm sad. What about you, man?
Yeah, so not a ton, been pretty busy, but I guess jumped on and played Jimmy Bones came over. We played a little bit of 2XKO locally, and I just wanted to be like, you know what? Just cool that offline you have all the colors there and all
Oh,
the
it's very cool.
characters, and that's a smart move to just be like, okay, like this is an online, free to play type of thing, but I hope that any other games in the future, that any other fighting games in the future that come along like this, do allow you to just have a full suite offline mode, and let that be accessible no matter what's happening with the servers or whether or not you want to bother playing online. That's cool that's a thing. Also nice was the ability for each controller plugged in to cycle through playing matches in a lobby or so while one person was active, but like anybody could start playing on the controller. So that was great, So the only major problem that I ran into is this is apparently a Riot server-based thing. The cost of getting excellent rollback with regional netcode server connections is that people on North American accounts are connecting to rooms with people with North American accounts, and you cannot join a lobby if you have a European account or Asian. So
Yeah.
that sucks because, for example,
that came up in the slam. Some people had to make North American accounts despite being
sucks,
European.
man. Yeah, so Solidus had a non-North American account, and you just couldn't even join the lobby. And it's like, I understand and expected things to be like, oh, by general proximity you connect to these games and these rooms and these servers, but when you're not able at all to go cross region, that's a bummer.
Well, you can go cross region. You just have to choose a different region,
make a different account. Yes, and this is going to get extra complicated when consoles come into play, because crossplay is going to be a thing, and you're not going to have these same restrictions unless you do. I don't know, because like if it works the way, for example, like Multiversus worked, where you load up the game and then it asks you to log into your WB account. So whatever you're playing the PC version with, you also have to have it ready to go on console, and then it'll just lock you in anyways, which I could see that being the simplest way for them to go forward with this. But if they don't and just let you use your own Sony account information to go online as its own separate thing and then match you up that way, they're going to have a huge issue with people coming from wherever on consoles matching up against people that are region locked, I hope they fix that though. Or if they don't,
I would prefer that they actually fix the inability to play duos on the fucking couch.
Yes.
First. That's stupid.
So we talked about this a little bit before. Do you ask for 2 logins, or do you just go, fuck it, it's a clone of the same person, leave it alone?
I do have it be a clone of the same fucking person.
Mm.
Because that'll work on consoles as well. In fact, I bet that's one of the reasons holding up the console release. Right?
Forcing
because PlayStation and Xbox, they like to do the clone account thing.
Yeah, I guess you just have to let go of the idea of the ranked number being your personal score then a little bit. The philosophy of what ranked should be,
because there's already gets fucky wucky when you have any duos. 2 guys that are like, yes. I was playing with Shumi and Cloud, and my fucking hidden elo was going all over.
Yeah. No, it does get wild with that, but there is that, like, okay, you're stuck to your the idea that you're on your own controller is what we're going to use to distribute your points. I think you have to get into the discussion about like what it should be or shouldn't be worth to, be like, hey, me and Ghost Me, whoever's sitting next to me, count as my profile, and whether or not that matters, I believe someone pointed out that when it comes to duos in, is it StarCraft 2, where you can play in a duo with somebody and each character combination has its own, or no, each player you match up with, regardless of what you pick, instead of doing character specific mastery or whatever, you can have like you and this player are considered an entry of your own with your own rating. Oh, that's
cool.
Yeah. So each 2 accounts together can become its own ranking, Complex, but elegant. if they're willing to do that. And if it's been done before, but with StarCraft, and like, you have an example of what that could be. Because I can understand, like, I love character specific rankings, and they encourage people to, get out of their comfort zone and mess around with and have fun with other characters. You don't have to sacrifice anything by playing a new character that comes out in Street Fighter every time they drop, because you still have your best characters in their own ranking.
Yeah.
But with taking two characters in a different fuse, shit gets weird, right?
What I will say is that I'm just at the top of Diamond now. Like, there's way more overlap in a 2x KO character than there is in a fucking Street Fighter character. Like, the basics apply to everybody in a way that they don't really in Street Fighter. Like I picked, I don't know how to play Alawi. I don't know how, but I grabbed Teemo Alawi for a couple of matches instead of Teemo Blitz, and like, it was fine. Like, I didn't do any fancy fucking shit with Alawi. I did the air combo into the corner, and then I brought the tentacles out, and people don't know how to fucking deal with that shit at all.
So the weird thing about like hyper fighting games is the hyper games is that, like, as much as they get like wild and complex and all over the place with what you're describing with characters and teams and synergy, something that they do have that, like, something like Street Fighter, for example, doesn't, is Magic series. You can go light, medium, heavy, launch, jump, light, medium, heavy, special, and that'll work in any game, in any context, whatever, universally. All of them have that. And there's that little basis of, like, if I go play Dragon Ball Fighters and I pick up a character I've never used before, I know that there's that,
Yeah.
It's very, very basic. It's nothing advanced. It's nothing that's going to help me like win at, beyond my skill level, but you can just have a basic ass advancing, series of buttons combo that you can do with everybody universally, no matter what. Anyways. Okay, so beyond that, chipped away a little bit more at Silksong. I didn't do much, but I did do the Verdania area.
Yeah, that's optional, but it's cool.
It's really cool. It took, like, it was one of these areas that I was like, I was kind of waiting to see. I'm like, okay, I know what you're going for, but it's like, I'm like, what are you setting up here? And then you start getting lore, and the lore parts of that are really fantastic. And the Green Princess story is fucking great. I really enjoyed that piece of the game. And it's extraordinarily optional, and it feels like that is a side character that has 3 exit ramps that you can completely ignore. You can you run in this NPC. I don't know how it plays out if you ignore them for most of the game in all these ways, but like, there's a lot of ways to not progress that plot, it feels like. But there's a great fucking payoff for doing so, it feels.
Absolutely.
Lore wise. So
a way better boss fight.
Yes, yeah. That was pretty much that. And then I did spend some time, I talked a little last week about there's 2 games I saw that looked really cool. One was Ball Pit, the other was Slots and Daggers. So I decided to jump a bit more onto Slots and Daggers and see what was going on, because I wanted something that didn't have like active time whatever. I wanted something that wasn't real time. So let me check out Slots and Daggers, and I'll check out Ball Pit after. Slots and Daggers is fucking cool. It is, as described, it is a slot machine roguelike, progression game, and there is a basic element of, in between every stage, every round, you get money, and then you buy upgrades for your weapons, and then each time you roll your slots, the things that appear either attack, build up your defense, or build up your money, or build up your whatever, like, so there's all these different stats you can build up, and then at the end of your roll, it resolves all of them, and casts the outcome. While you're doing so, the enemy you're fighting has a whatever it's doing up. Whatever it's about to do to you. You can see it's coming up next. You can see its shield and its HP, and then there's different elements to like how combos can work and things. So you start off with like a 3 classic slot machine, and then you pick one of 3 weapons. So you have a sword, for example. That'll do an attack. You have a shield. It'll build up your shield defense, and then a coin. It gives you a coin on the side. Eventually, you can get things like poison so that you can build up DOT, or you can build up stuff where you automatically heal passively in the background, or you can unlock a 4th slot, right? And then you can get jackpots a lot easier because you just need 3 in a row, but now you've got 4 or even 5, right? Then you start finding synergy between some builds, and some real cool shit happens where you go, okay, here's a weapon that the damage it does is directly related to how many coins you have sitting in your pouch.
Oh, I love money builds.
Right?
I love them.
Don't spend your money. That's your damage. Right? And
I
now
got a Hades build at one point the other day that was like, you take gold damage first.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm
right.
like, I walked into the fight with $1,000. I'm like, all right, let's go, Kronos.
But now all of a sudden, certain enemies that have attacks that are like steals 50% of your gold are way more threatening, because beforehand I'd be like, oh, I don't care. I'll just spend as much gold as I can before they steal it. And now it's like, oh, fuck, that's my build.
Oh, my health.
This enemy becomes way harder, Another one is like, like you're kind of vampire stealing, as you attack them, and the damage you do is dependent on the amount of shields you build up. So now it makes sense to in your potential, you pick how many potential weapons or objects you want to add to your wheel. And if I put like 3 or 4 different kinds of shields, then I'm going to be building up defense most of the time, and then every once in a while cash out with like a lucky sword that calls it all in.
So I have a quick question about like the core mechanic here is what are your options to mitigate RNG? Because it's a slot machine.
Yes. So it is a slot machine, and weapons are going to come up as you just roll and get them. The RNG mitigation comes in the form of weapons with skill checks. So, for example, a default sword, it does 15 damage, but a great sword, like a big old honkin' fucking buster sword, can go up to 35 damage, but there's a quick moving meter game that you have to click to time where the damage is. So the damage, there's a little skill game each time you pull up, you roll a buster sword. Okay. Right? Another thing you can do is, by not adding every single item to the slot inventory, you increase the chances of more consistent things. So it's almost like Balatro or any other game.
Cards again.
It is odds, right? There is a part of it where you can go, I want the odds in my favor, so I will not add more than this so that I'll see these things more often. And consistency becomes another way to mitigate the randomness. And then finally, there's also what was it? I just had it. What did I say? There's the speed of the minigame. There's that part. And god damn it, I'm just blanking. But there's another way to do it too. Yes, there's an ability you can get that literally slows down the speed that the slots roll at. And it makes it like,
that's nice.
You can actually react if you are really, really sharp on the button presses. And you can see that, like, essentially each roller, the order is random every time, but like it slows it down in a way where if you have good enough reactions, you can kind of game the system. That's a really useful one for sure. So, all of that means by the end, you're fighting bosses and stuff that are like way, way, way harder than you can ever RNG your way through. But you are bending the odds in your favor by doing all this, And at some point, like after clearing like most of the levels, I still haven't beaten it yet, but they actually have like when you create like an insane build in Balatro and you just have like fucking, nan inf like insane
It's
scores.
the concept of numbers crumbles to dust in the face of your malt.
Not a number, infinite, right? Yes, you know. So you get when you start getting to these insane setups, because you can unlock an item on your slot machine that is gives you a coin and then rolls again, or does 15 damage like a little bear trap and then rolls again, or rolls the previous two, does the effects of whatever just happened, and then re-rolls the previous two slots. And then you start getting like, okay, so I got damage, magic, heal, and then 2x, re-roll these last two, do their effect, and then one of those last two also becomes a 2x, and then it re-rolls the first two, and now you're just seeing number go. And so like some bosses and stuff eventually get the ability to be like, there is a literally like a combo breaker meter. Like there's a KV that says, okay, stop, your combo ends here. The difficulty in fighting this boss is they're not very strong, but they can stop your infinite build-up momentum, you know?
That probably has to exist, or else you just roll it.
Stop everything, yes, you know? So all of that is, of course, full of juice and chemicals and all that stuff feeling good as you play it. And yeah, and then you start getting like, you know, enemies that are just like, okay, well, you built up a system of having high shields. You ignore your HP, and your strength is tied to your shields. Well, here's a lich that attacks your HP directly and doesn't give a fuck about your shields. Fuck you, you know. So yeah, it's all this is like, it's an interesting and fun kind of game. And of course, each time you die, you get a bunch of like permanent upgrades to go spend on, you know, Vampire Survivors, any of these games, etc. And yeah, just it's fun. It's fun. I'm enjoying it.
I do have a piece of news about Vampire Survivors that I don't know where to put because it's actually really old. They got cloud saves working on that game between PC and your phone, like 6 months ago.
Whoa! Oh yeah.
So because I wanted to play Vampire Survivors on my phone because I can't play it at home, right? I can't play it. It'll kill the baby. It'll just get him. And I was like, cloud save. You know, apparently that happened a while ago. So like, yeah, now you can use your proper fucking file on your phone and just screw up your own brain.
Sick. Yeah, I saw the announcement where Balatro crossover is happening, and it was all like, it was almost jokingly like, oh, it's just another crossover. Oh, it's with Balatro. Okay, sure. And you're like, yeah, like, of course. I'm surprised this didn't happen sooner.
You know, Vampire Survivors now has like so much content that like the recommendation for the Castlevania thing is to turn off everything you've unlocked from everything else and just play Castlevania like it's a brand new Vampire Survivors
game. Jesus. I mean, I will give them credit for not forcing it to be a separate release, you know, because Cadence of Hyrule is its own game. It's not a piece of DLC for, you know, Necrodancer. A lot of times if the company's got an IP big enough, you'd think they'd be like, no, you have to make its own separate thing, but they allowed it to be DLC.
Nintendo is they're crazy. It's always got to be like that.
But all this to say that, like, yeah, Slots and Daggers is a nice little fun roguelike, you know, that you can chip away at, and you know, it's got that sort of that progression itch of Slay the Spire type of thing as you go. So finding new build synergies is always fun, and it's very generous about like what you unlock and how quickly you unlock new ways to play. So check it out, Slots and Daggers. Quick word from our sponsors.
I love our sponsors. I love them. I would kiss them on the mouth.
I will not say whether they would appreciate that, but nonetheless, this week, shout outs to our sponsor, Raycon. This message is sponsored by Raycon.
I love you, Raycon.
The everyday earbuds sound great, last all day, 32 hours of battery life. That's a go-to gift for the holidays that are coming up. But in particular, the wires in your life need to go. There's no need to put up with that anymore. Get yourself a comfy pair. The everyday earbuds, I've been able to enjoy the comfort of doing a sweaty workout and not having them fall out, and that's nice. because I'm notoriously whenever there's in the ear headphones, I hate how they slip out all the time, and that feels annoying to
You got
constantly.
sweaty ears, bud.
But I get sweaty ears. Sometimes I sweat, and my ears, yeah, it's not fun. So it's nice that they fit in and stay. Active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity, so you can pair 2 devices at once. All of that, super useful. Regularly every day I've mentioned, but Punch Mom is always on that. And I'm not saying you should noise cancel your baby. Nobody should do that. Noise cancel.
No, in fact, you should really not.
You should definitely not noise cancel your baby. Um, but
Unless.
but you can noise cancel someone else's baby.
Yeah. Or
That's,
you know what you can do, right? If you know mom's got the baby, you just noise cancel that whole show.
I mean, that's possible too, but I can't.
Just like, nah, I'm doing streaming. That's just very important. Sorry, you're on your own.
I hear that, but also,
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
What I am gonna say is, there's no one that can stop you from noise canceling someone else's baby. All right. So feel free to as much as you want. You can get into there with some of the new colors as well, blush violet or cool mint. And yeah, what I particularly also enjoy with devices is not having to worry about the charge time. 10 minutes of charging for 90 minutes of playtime, up to 32 hours of battery life with the case. Super, super sick. So not worrying about that is way handy. Get in there. Raycon's going big for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Everything's up to 30% off. So just click the link in our description. Go to buyraycon.com/superbeast to save on Raycon audio products site-wide. One more time, that's buyraycon.com/superbeast to save on Raycon audio products site-wide. Thanks, Raycon.
Thank you, Raycon.
The show this week is brought to you by Shopify. That is the go-to for getting your online business off the ground and figuring out how to set up everything from the very, very basic first sale, from getting that website set up, from integrating it into your socials, all that stuff. There's a couple of steps you have to figure out when it comes to setting up a shop online. And then once it starts working and people are like, yeah, I did like that t-shirt, actually, I think I want to buy another. You got to be like, I didn't see that coming. Shit, I only thought about selling one shirt. Uh-oh. Well, as you expand and grow, then Shopify is there to help you with that. If you're shipping internationally, they can help you track all of that. If they have returns you got to deal with, they're set up for that as well. If you are setting up your site and product descriptions, page headlines, integration into all your social media, and keeping track of where people are finding you and what they're buying and all those analytics, they're great for the back end as well. Yeah, they're behind millions of businesses around the world, household names including Mattel and Gymshark. So get in there if you're ready to get your online business off the ground, or if you're getting to your millionth sale, whatever the scale is, Shopify is ready to help you turn your business idea into cash. So get them on your side. With Shopify on your side, sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/superbeast. That's shopify.com/superbeast. One more time, shopify.com/superbeast. Thank you, Shopify.
Thanks, Shopify.
Just the other day, I looked at my subscriptions and I saw something and I was like, what is that? That sounds nefarious. That sounds weird. I don't know what this is.
Nefarious?
It wasn't. It was just a business name change.
I hate that so much, dude.
And it's like, I don't like that.
You know what's even worse than that? You know what's actually even worse than that? When it just says Apple.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, so what is that? And then your wife's like, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't have an iPhone. What do you mean you don't? Anyway.
So Rocket Money can help you with this exact kind of problem, because these days, who knows if you forgot to sign up, if you forgot you signed up for something, if something changes its name on you, or if it changes its prices on you, it's very easy to lose track. It's very easy to forget. It's very easy to have a hard time unsubscribing when it gets complicated as well. And yeah, Rocket Money is very simple and is all about helping you track and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It's a personal finance app that can help you with unwanted subscriptions. It can monitor your spending, help you lower your bills so you can grow your savings as well. The ability you can save from subscriptions you're not using anymore, stuff you might not have noticed, it adds up over time if you're trying to, get your budget in order. And Rocket Money has saved users over $2.5 billion, including over $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Their 10 million members have saved up to $740 a year when they use all the app's premium features. So, yeah, get in there, cancel your unwanted subscriptions, and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/superbeast today. That's rocketmoney.com/superbeast. rocketmoney.com/superbeast. Thank you very much. I appreciate the ease in finding the weird renamed companies. You know, it was just vague enough that I was like, I don't remember what it was named, but it was like, I didn't. What am I? Who's taking my money? What is that? You know? So
yeah. Everyone.
There you go. And this week, the show is sponsored by Boot.dev.
Hey, Boot.dev. I'm stupid. Can you help with that?
Hell yeah. Appreciate y'all. Boot.dev is a super cool way of getting into programming. It's a particularly fun way. I have tried and failed significantly to...
I saw that with my own eyes. It was crazy.
It was brutal. I thought that I could...
You were stressed.
I thought I could learn how to program. I thought I could learn how to make my own games. I thought I could learn how to go make other games. Everything was, just like, yeah, this is the path. And then I cracked open a book and I looked at it and my eyes bugged out of my head and then they rolled down the sidewalk and away they went.
Well, you know what I feel like? I feel like the wisdom of getting older is saying, yeah, I bet I could do that just a little bit less.
Yep. Yep.
just a little bit less.
Knowing when you can't is very important. So, but some things that can help, certainly, is if you can fix some of the problems, like one of the big ones with learning how to be a software developer, is boredom is rough. Making your brain attached to what you need to learn is a very crucial thing to be able to do. And I definitely would have I could have had a whole different life path if my eyes and brain were able to stay on track when I was trying to learn how to program. But yeah, if you check out boot.dev, you can learn the fun way through a hands-on RPG-like experience. So you don't have to get through just the most boring, mundane things. You got the ability to go through, each lesson is like a level or an enemy you're defeating. There's experience you get. There's dungeons you clear. There's items and leaderboards. There's a whole setup. There's even lore and raid bosses that people attack and fight together for each section of the game as it progresses. And in addition to being a fun way to learn, it's also got a pretty active community as well of real people, real human beings on Discord can help you with support if there's anything you want to learn. If you are a student, you can also preview every lesson for free on the website as well. So you can check out exactly what it is you're getting into before you commit to the plan. And yeah, you can learn back-end web development from start to finish, whether it's Python, SQL, Go, tons of options for you. So do what's fun by gamifying the process of learning. I think it's pretty sick, and quite frankly, more hobbies and more potential career paths should be out there gamifying their learning process. I know, again, life could be entirely different if that were the case. And the median salary for backend developers in the US in 2024 was over $100,000. So that's a pretty decent start. You got a 30-day no questions asked refund policy as well. So check them out. And yeah, if you get stuck and you want to see how the instructor wrote the code as well, solutions are available for every challenge on the site. So what you want to do is go to boot.dev and use the code CastleSuperBeast to get 25% off your entire first year on the annual plan. One more time, that's boot.dev, promo code CastleSuperBeast, and you'll get 25% off your entire first year with the annual plan. Thanks, boot.dev.
Thanks, boot.dev.
All right. What is going on? I appreciate consistency. I appreciate recurring bits. I appreciate how every once in a while we can say things like, oh, Ubisoft, right?
Oh,
or,
Ubisoft.
you know, we can appreciate what's going on. What's Konami up to? Or what are the silly things happening over with
Konami's
Nintendo,
like really
right?
turning it around, actually. Like, that's weird.
And something that's beautiful, that's becoming consistent, is every couple of years we get to go, what's Soulja Boy up to? It turns out...
I remember when he was going to change video games because he bought Atari.
Well, so before that, there was the classic Soulja Boy playing Braid. Where...
It really makes me super happy that video makes Jonathan Blow really upset.
So Soulja Boy playing Braid, calling it the dumbest game he's ever played. What is this stupid shit? He just goes backwards. This game ain't got no point.
I fucking love that.
And then there was Soulja Boy buys Atari, or claims to.
But he actually bought Atari coin. He got fucking hustled.
Sure did. And then, you know, the continuing adventures of Soulja Boy take us back to the last time we talked about it was, I want to say 2018, where he started selling drop shipping consoles, the Soulja game console, which was essentially there was some China handhelds that he was doubling and tripling the price on. And
good stuff, Soulja Boy.
You know, so the classic just can't resist a drop shipping scheme. Once again, we find ourselves here with the announcement that there's a new Soulja Boy console.
Oh, fuck off, dude.
And it's a handheld.
Yeah.
And it looks exactly like the Retroid. But don't worry. It's
all
different. Right. And you can go buy your Soulja game Retroid Pocket Flip 2. I feel like it's got to be somewhat in his ear, right? It's got to be like the money guy in his ear that's like,
yo, you got to get in on ground floor on this,
ground floor hustle, right? Because same thing like with the Atari coins thing. It's just like, if you're trying to hit that rise and grind game and someone shows up and it's like, because drop shipping is you know, it's an established wheels are greased game for anybody at this point, right? You can go to the website and find the costs of these things are all available, and you can order them in whatever bulk they are, and you can ask them to brand it the way you want to and give it its own name or whatever, and then just get them in bulk and start reselling it, and you never have to do anything because you ship it from the factory that it's made at with your own branding.
I was Costco.
That's it. One of the ones I remember specifically was the little two-wheeled scooter things that no one really knows what to call them. It's like a Segway without handles, right? Because
the hoverboard fucking thing.
Well, so no, every name you come up with is correct because it's a drop-shipped two-wheel, no-handle Segway. Right? Some people called them the hoverboard. There was a bunch of them that were going around. Someone called them a funky duck was a name.
I thought those got pulled off the market because they were fucking dangerous.
Sure, they sure are. And if you ride through traffic with them and fall off, you might die. But hey, there's still people rolling them around in the club. There's still people rolling them around outside, you know, making videos, etc. It's a content thing. And all it really takes is a couple TikToks to be like, oh, what's that? It's got lights on it. Let's go. Woo. But yeah, whatever you want to call it, it's not just a hoverboard. There's a billion names because everyone went to a website that says you can get one and you can buy it over here, but you have a unique link that has your name on it that says it's one of my things, and it's the same shit every time, right? So yes, this is an ongoing bit, and Soulja Boy seems to really, really, really want to get into the handheld video game market, but he also wants to make sure that you pay like $400 to $500 for something that costs about 50. So I just the only other bit is the Retroid the company, the folks that that made this console, quote, I didn't know about this. This is not any kind of official licensing deal. He does not have permission to rebrand our products and sell them as his own. The Retroid Pocket Flip 2 is patented in the US by ourselves. But you could always just make a video and say that things are coming out. No one can stop you.
I remember I follow a guy on TikTok who's a corporate lawyer. And he describes that his entire job every single day, 9 to 5, is he works for a large company, is a guy from sales comes into his office and he goes, I got a great new idea to make money. And his job is to go, yeah, somebody thought of that 70 years ago. It's a crime. You can't do that. And he does that just like literally all day, every single fucking day. And it's just, that's where we're at now. That's where we're at.
Watch me sue.
Got that free money glitch.
Crack that Soulja Boy. Sue. Crack that Soulja Boy. Sue. Yeah. It's just, and because you've seen the effort, this is the 4th time we're going around. We know that this is going to be forever, right? There's always got to be a new bit. As relevance, as time goes on, as age catches up with you, we gotta find a new grift. We gotta find a new hustle.
We need a new single-use website, because I used to go to isdmxinjail.com like almost every single day for a while. Now he's dead, so he's not in jail.
But we need Soulja Boy scam is
grifting you.
Is Soulja Boy running a grift? Your Honor, the defendant's opening statement is yeah. Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
On the grounds of get out my face. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. If you're gonna throw your money away, that's one fun way to do it. I would recommend that over the other options. There's a
lot of things, actually.
You could go buy the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, for example.
So I'm gonna go look this up because I heard, but I didn't see.
You've known. You're no stranger to the idea of old game legacy collections coming out and just having
massively fucked up,
absolutely nothing to offer, right? Okay, so here you go. You got your big old honkin' collection of Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4. You're getting
4.
4, the 3D one, the War Gods one, yeah. You're getting it, of course. $50. It's that full bit, and would you like to hazard a guess at what doesn't work? Would you like to?
Okay, so I'm watching a little bit of a trailer here, and I'm seeing that it actually has way more games than I thought it was going to have. It has Special Forces, it has MK Mythologies.
Multiple versions of them across.
Some of the Game Boy games. Yeah. That's crazy. What's going to work? I'm going to assume online play of any kind is not going to work.
Ding, ding, ding. There is online play. However, there are no lobbies of any kind. You cannot play with your friends in a lobby. You cannot play with strangers in a lobby. You cannot play ranked in a lobby or in a lobby at all. You cannot play ranked, period. What you can do is you can play quick play with random people.
Yeah. Sure.
And that's about it.
That's crazy. That's shit. That's awful.
You of course cannot play crossplay, for sure. And you cannot play on a setup without horrendous lag, because everything going through the game is emulated, is got massive lag issues. There's weird audio issues. When you can get a match online, it's massively divided because it's particular versions of each particular game, and it's just like, what the fuck are we doing, guys? I've seen the people, like, the best part of this package is apparently the documentary that it comes with, which is like a documentary about the history of the making of Mortal Kombat or whatever. But you have to kind of, at this point, imagine that, like, looking at the treatment they give the premier product that is MK1, for example, what type of afterthought is the collection going to be? Like, yeah, it's not surprising.
This could have been a slam dunk, because there's some winners in this list. And also the list of games here is enormous, right? Like, Mortal Kombat has like a really, really long and storied and cool history. And so, like, and I'm looking at like the menus and like the descriptions in the like, they have arcade cabinets and pictures of and like, yeah, this could be a big win, but you're saying that the online play is dog shit, and also the games themselves are horrible and laggy.
They sure are.
And also, I assume it doesn't include the PS2 games.
As in the
Deception, Deadly Alliance.
No, that trilogy. No, not that trilogy. No.
Of course not. The games that would be by far the most interesting to go back to, because they have crazy single player content.
The menus have input lag on them, apparently.
Fucking sick.
So yeah, because you have to save something for Legacy Collection Part 2, right?
This this really goes well with that complete collection, or whatever the fuck it's called, the art book that came out that had all the old sprites present in the art book, AI slopped into complete garbage.
Yeah.
Like, every single old portrait in that entire book has been AI slopped into just trash.
I at some point I remember someone had like discussing the idea of like, why not release a version of the game that just has HD or higher res scans of all the photos they took of all the actors.
Which they did.
From
they took super high res photographs of all that shit.
That would be a fantastic thing to do. That'd be a super cool idea. But
assuming that they still exist.
Yeah.
And they didn't just throw them away.
Well, there that is. And what was the other bit there? Just every time something like this happens in the case of fighting games or so, you're also trying to peel people off of Fightcade, which exists. It's not going to get you your special forces or whatever other stuff, but it's like, it's there, and anyone who cares is probably playing an SNK or Capcom game. But if they're not, there is a place where they can go get good online matches of the fighting games and arcade games they enjoy, and you have to try to convince people to not do that with these collections. The Capcom collections had their problems, but like, they look like fucking gangbusters by comparison,
Dude, I gotta say, like, it's the most Mortal Kombat thing possible to be like, look at the incredible breadth of features and games and options we included with this. Does it play well? Oh, who gives a shit? It's Mortal Kombat. But look how many characters there are.
Why would you ask that? Do you know what franchise this is? Yeah.
It's like,
God. Someone says, finish us, the Mortal Kombat story. I mean, fuck.
It would be super sick if Mortal Kombat put out like more than one good game every decade. That would be so sick if they did that.
But you have to kind of look at it and go, are they doing the exact thing to make the money every time though? Like, are they not doing the bit where it comes out, it gets all the attention, it gets all the money, and then they don't have to keep working on it because it dies quickly, and that's actually not a bad thing. Maybe it's intended. Maybe it's planned obsolescence. If the game is too good, you'd have to keep supporting it for long, and that sucks because we want to move on to the next one.
Okay, so I just checked, and I have to apologize to the audience because my joke at the expense of Mortal Kombat is actually factually incorrect. I made a joke saying it'd be nice if they could release more than one good game every decade. I have now double checked. Mortal Kombat 2 came out in 93 and Mortal Kombat 9 came out in 2011. So there was in fact no good Mortal Kombat game between 2000 and 2010. And there hasn't been one since 2011, and that's unfortunate.
I'll give MKX its flowers, but
You would.
you know. That's sure. That's one reply. Sure. Anyways,
When did MKX come out? 2015. Ooh. The 2010s got two good ones, maybe. Ooh. Maybe 2020 will get a good Mortal Kombat game.
I mean, you're playing a game of averages, right? And when you set your expectation based on past performance, MK10, you're like, whoa, hey, you look at that. Anyways,
I did not say that.
Okay. Oh yeah, well, how about I target you then? How you feel about Deus Ex?
There's two good games in that franchise.
Well,
there's two. And there's only 4 games, so it could be worse.
Well, the OG remaster is happening. Aspire has put out some info from that got revealed, and the the original art director has seen the remaster. And I just bring this up because the exact quote.
This is the same thing that happened last week with Halo. This is the same thing.
The exact quote from the OG art director and looking at the remaster is, quote, "Oh, what the fuck," says O'Flaherty. "No, this did not need to happen. Sorry, whoever was involved in this. Oh, man. Yeah, no." And then O'Flaherty continues, "If you're gonna do it, yeah, all right, why not? Why am I judging?"
Bro. Like,
I mean, the resigned defeat.
I know that you and I and like many of the people listening to this are like cringe ass fucking video game art enjoyer, fucking loser, idiot babies or whatever. But like, it's getting increasingly annoying when stuff that I would personally view as like vitally important to the history of the medium in general is just slopped and shat out like garbage. Like Deus Ex is like far reaching in its influence. It's a really important game.
And this is not yet in the realm of we dropped it into the instant upscale machine and popped this out. Like, this is an attempt at making new assets, and it is just done in a poor manner. Lighting and models and everything else. What was the quote? Someone said, "Wow, they really turned those 1990 graphics into 2003." You know, like, and this is just like
this is by Aspire,
yeah.
Aspire.
And it's kind of just like, as far as I understand, we are not yet looking at the AI did the whole thing, but we're about
Aspire is in current trouble with using AI in a bunch of their other remasters.
Whoa, Rutro.
Tomb Raider remasters. The Lara
Okay.
Croft voice actor is suing them for using AI of her shit without.
Okay. So more than likely, this is what we're looking
Because
at.
I don't know if you saw, but when you said, well, this isn't put it into the slot machine, and yeah, and I put my finger up and I went, oh, and I started typing. I just
Oh.
typed in Deus Aspire AI use, and look at that, a bunch of fucking results.
Well, there we fucking go then. Yeah. Inflate the bubble.
When I
Inflate the
saw this
bubble.
trailer, I went, oh yeah, and then I kept watching the trailer, and I was like, oh.
I appreciate just the single, just you can hear the deflation coming from the art director. Like, you know,
I think
yeah.
more old game devs should drag the sequels to or remasters of their work. I think that rules. I think it's fucking awesome when they do it. I think they're speaking from a point of like legitimate authoritative expertise to give like meat to the feeling that tons of people have. I think it's awesome. I think when Halo devs go, man, this remaster looks like crap, that's sick. I think when this person starts going on about the art in this remaster being shit and go, oh fuck it, who am I think that's awesome. I think that's fucking great.
I mean, the worst is that like the further back you go, the more you're looking at games where the art direction was reliant on an artist using the limitations of the medium to do cool shit, right? Like for the blocky old game that it is, the shadows and the way that textures are displayed and everything like that, you're doing a lot. Every time you look at old CRT, you know, the blur of the way a Kodak portrait looks, or something from Castlevania Symphony of the Night looks on a CRT screen versus on a monitor, it like you can see it like they're using tricks of the limitations to make it look better. That's the shit that suffers the most when it gets shoved into the fucking blender here. And yeah, just like good luck, Aspire. Good stuff. Just
PS2 version of Deus Ex is actually weirdly good.
Hmm.
It has too many load screens, but like it's like complete.
Hmm. In the meantime, on the complete other end of the spectrum, when we get to the best looking, prettiest future of video games ever, right? We get to our GTA 6. And hey, fun stuff. 30 to 40 layoffs for people trying to join a union.
Yeah, that's about right.
So
Hey, do you want to incentivize everyone to understand why you need to join a union?
Mm-hmm.
Let's fire people for talking.
So yeah, Rockstar laid off between 30 and 40 employees across Canada and the UK. And the Independent Workers Union of Great Britain and so on are basically, people are looking and reporting that this seems to be 100% based on the fact that they were fired for union activity, either joining or attempting to join. So you know they're currently fighting that and seeing what's possible, and you know, unsurprising. And then Take-Two, parent company, just doubles down to officially release a statement. Fuck yeah, fire them, get them out of here. We love this shit, it rules. We fully support Rockstar's ambitions and approach. So, you know, good stuff. You have to imagine the higher up the parent company in the chain, the more rock solid, turgid they get at the cleansing of union employees. You know, that's a direct quote. Yep. You tune 100%. In for you tune in for news and you get direct quotes from me. That's how that works.
Absolutely.
There's a story here, and it reads: Amazon have reportedly canceled their Lord of the Rings MMO again. And I went, but wait, wasn't that already canceled?
Yes.
And then I go,
I need
when did it? Yeah, what happened?
what happened is that Amazon Gaming is deciding that maybe throwing all that money on a bunch of games that never come out or come out and they're piles of shit and don't make any money is maybe a bad idea. And I would like to, I need to find out I need the quote here from the VP of, where is it?
Well,
The vice president of, here it is. This is 8 months ago from Ethan Evans. Well, I think we talked about it then, but it bears repeating. As VP of Prime Gaming and at Amazon, we failed multiple times to disrupt the game platform Steam.
Oh, did you not disrupt? Did disruption fail? Did it?
We were at least 250 times bigger, and we tried everything. Ultimately, Goliath lost. Here's why. He basically goes on and on and on and on and on about how they never actually figured out why people use Steam during the entire process. And a bunch of people have gone back to this post and keep rereading it and going, I didn't know that you could even buy games off of Prime Gaming on Amazon. And it's like, it's the largest online storefront in the world. How is there not a buy video games button at the top of the tab? How were you were competing with Steam? Nobody knew. Nobody knew. What
because at that size, nothing smoothly rolls out. No one's paying attention to anything. Shit can
This guy is also like a real piece of work. He also put out a bunch of other tweets about how like I once got into a fight with my boss and then he cucked me with my wife and then fired me. So learn from my mistakes. And I'm like, how about I don't learn from you, guy who got cucked into the unemployment line, VP of Gaming at Amazon.
Was that like a TED talk or like what? Like,
no, it was just a tweet that he threw out.
All right.
Why would I listen to you? What do you got to offer anybody, man?
Like, does that philosophy extend into the business decisions that are made from day to day?
I don't know.
Is getting business cucked, in fact, like
that? You know what? I'm gonna shoot wide on this. There's an entire genre of I fucked up my life. Let me give you advice. How about I don't listen to you at all because you're an idiot and you fucked up your life. Why would I listen to you?
I'm going the other way on this. I'm going business cucking is like, hey, joke's on you. My shit's failing and I'm into that shit. I'm sitting in the chair as these projects are shutting down.
I'm shortening this chair.
You're watching the stonks drop into the abyss and you're just jorking it. You're getting super fucking turgid off of those red lines.
What is this like solo voyeur fin doming yourself?
But you're watching as like the stonks are hurting everybody else and you're getting way on board, you know?
Go shit your pants in a subway or something. Just get all these freaks out of the fucking economy, please. Just stop.
Businesscucks. That's new shit.
Don't write that down. Don't write that down.
You can't tell. You can't tell by my hands.
Put that in the title.
You don't know what my hands are. When my hands do this, you don't know what's happening. Stop assuming. You don't know what I
can't put it in the title.
You can't tell what I'm typing. How dare you assume? That's crazy. As you hear my voice absent-mindedly wander and the sounds of clicking. There's
a really fun experience of like doing like the podcast this way, because like you'll say something and you'll see my eyes dot over and you hear I'm obviously looking up what you just told me.
It's like the therapist with the notepad going,
yes.
You know?
What are you writing? What are you writing there? What are you writing?
Drawing dicks, actually. Really
wow.
detailed. No, it's important, you know. And I was gonna say that the baseline to remember is that like this company launched the Luna, so every decision that makes more sense than that, like this is their baseline, you know. And I don't think he's ever gonna get us turned on as that level of failure ever again. So it's all unfortunately downhill from here. But maybe that downhill is uphill, you know?
I remember like the Luna was such a failure that I had to get like first impressions from like the one guy in chat.
Well,
Like I couldn't even find first impressions for
Stadia,
that piece.
we tracked down, there were people that got hands on Stadia.
Yeah.
Luna just didn't exist. Lunatics claim to be real, but anyways, all right, so yeah, the detail I missed there was that in 2023, the Lord of the Rings MMO was restarted development with Tencent, but
Okay.
yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this right now as somebody who's played a fair number of MMOs. Lord of the Rings, not a good setting.
Middle Earth?
Highly limited setting. It is a highly limiting setting.
Yeah? You wouldn't Middle Earth bad setting for an MMO?
It's not a good setting. It's just not.
If anything, I'm kind of just wondering, like, have Warner not scraped every aspect of everything that can be a game out of that world already? You know, have like when they were holding the exclusive rights, I feel like they went for it aggressively over and over again.
Yeah, you want to talk about aggressive monetization? I have a typing game for you to play right now, Wooly. Are you ready? Are you at your computer? I would like you to try and go buy Lord of the Rings, The War for the North, the real-time strategy game.
Oh my god.
I would like you to give that a shot.
The War for the North, 2011. We're talking about... Oh my god, Snowblind. I went to that studio.
It's a good game, by the way. It's a pretty good game.
I went to Seattle and did QA for them in-house for Justice League Heroes.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? It's a trick goal. You can't buy it. It's literally just not available. Can't buy it. Good ass licensed RPG. Just can't buy it.
No longer available in the Steam store, but there is a Steam page.
Isn't that great?
The top link leads you to a community discussion page, which has the top post, which is just a guy going, "Wish I could get this." Damn, seems fun.
Maybe you should make MMOs with licenses you actually own, huh? Could you imagine if like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 was just like doodle rights licensing issue, service will end in 1 year? Like, could you fucking imagine?
Well, look, speaking of service ending, Unlikely Hero Concord came up this week because for all its time as a punchline, Concord is actually contextually heroic because it gets brought up in a UK government debate on video game consumer laws. And the actual quote was that I'm going to skip past all the bullshit there. Concord is one of the few games that actually refunded everybody. And
that's true. That is true.
And they get that. As
they get an attaboy.
They get an attaboy for doing that. A recent example is Concord, released for the PS5 and Windows in August 2024. Following a disappointing launch, Sony made a commercial decision to shut it down, but to their credit, they did refund all purchases, but this isn't always the case, which they go on to then discuss when games are can steal people's money, shut down, and then not give them back their cash, right?
Yeah.
So that bare minimum is now a high bar that we're reaching for. So everyone think back fondly and play I Will Remember You in your head. As you think about a character from that game, think about them in your head. Think about them. You got it? What's their name? What's the character name? No Googling. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways.
Fuck. Hey, what's up?
Beyond that, there's the Nintendo versus Pal World war.
That's gone to an interesting fucking place.
Is heating up. It's heating up. Things are continuing.
The Japanese patent office has responded to Nintendo's claim and gone, "Are you fucking for real, dog? Are you serious with this?"
Apparently, one of their patent submissions that was used as groundwork for the case was not actually fully accepted when the case started, and the patent office then came back and essentially rejected the idea that monster capture was originally theirs because it's way too broad.
It's ubiquitous and predates Pokemon.
And then they give examples of that as well. So this is not going well for Nintendo. They give prior examples of monster capture in third-party games, including Ark, Monster Hunter 4, a browser game called Kantai Collection, Pokemon Go, and Pocket Pair's Craftopia.
Yeah, that they seem kind of fucked on this, that they're going after Power World, but they didn't go after Craftopia, despite the fact that it has all that shit in it. Oh, oopsie, you fucks.
So, but at the same time, it's like it's not a standing rejection in the sense that like this can progress and go on. So it's a whole complicated thing with the way the patent office works. But overall, little twists. And then Chaser is, according to a Japanese attorney commenting on the case, legal expert suspects that Nintendo might not be able to recoup legal expenses of the lawsuit even if it wins.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So, yeah, it might just be fucky wucky all the way around, no matter what the results are at this point.
Good job, Nintendo. I'm glad you're wasting everyone's fucking time with this.
It's interesting because it does sound like you have your legal team pushing out the lawsuit in one direction and scribbling on patents on the other side and pushing those to get those approved at the same time and then pointing at them and going, look, see?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, only other thing, just in terms of some fighting game shit that was going on, a 14-year-old won the Street Fighter 6 major this weekend.
That's crazy.
He now, from Reject Youth, a 14-year-old with 2 years of gaming experience, only 11 months playing the game, won the Capcom Cup qualifier and has a slot at Capcom Cup.
That's crazy.
Which is nuts.
Good for them.
Yeah. And, you know, we used to talk about like, oh, you know, like, I mean, Justin has talked about this many times, but just like, yeah, like teenage reactions in the arcade, nothing can beat that. If you're over 30, what are you doing? Just drive Impact. They can't stop it. They can't react to that shit, you know? But right before that, Blaz, who got second place at Capcom Cup 11, was 15 years old. So like the children are coming online, they're looking at all the tech, and they're becoming aware within a matter of months. You know,
they're getting stronger.
They have all the reflexes and power that they always did, but now the data is there. You know, and all they need is like a cousin that just watches like tournaments to just pull them aside and be like, yo, fucking run this, do this. To just run sets with somebody who's really good, and it's over. On top of that, the Kakeru, who won if first place against Blaz, the 15-year-old, just retired. Unfortunately as well. So, you know, that's one of those things where hate to hear about that for health reasons, but it's kind of crazy just seeing like the amount of new younger kids born in 2011.
What's this kid's name?
He now.
I am watching them just stomp Tokido in a clip right now.
Like Ryu and Luke player beats Tokido, beats Punk, wins the event. Born in Check's notes 2011.
UK, man. You ever hear about fucking Skyrim? It's pretty good.
Came into existence as we were starting to do YouTube.
That child is a Dark Souls old.
One best friend's channel old. Yeah. That's it.
That's weird.
The career, that was life. And here we are.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yep. Oh my God.
What's up?
Child did not exist before Street Fighter 4.
Of course not.
Oh. Oh, fuck.
It's only going to get worse from here. So
you never even had a chance to be an 09er.
So Wooly, I you know, we have babies now. We have our little baby children who are tiny versions of ourselves, and we're both into games quite a lot. And I played some Atari as a child, but mainly NES onwards. And we occupy in our age range the same position that your grandpa did, who was there when movies got talking in them. Just there from the beginning and saw every movie that has ever made come out in a theater.
When did the talkies start?
Oh. Talkies started in the 1920s. 1926 and 1930.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I've seen all those things of like, here's when color TVs switched to color all around the world in different places. Fuck me.
But you're there at the beginning. And so, you know, your daughter will be like 10, 11, 12. And she'll be like, wow, it's weird. You know about like all the video games that have ever come out? And you'll be like, yeah, they were invented when I was born.
I think I think the big one is going to be internet. Being the last generation that's pre-internet. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knows what it's going to be like to be offline. You know, beyond us. Like that's going to be it.
How'd your mom get a hold of you when you went to the movies? Oh, I just wandered around for hours. And they just hoped I didn't get kidnapped and killed, I guess.
That was curfew. You had a curfew that said be back by this time or you got in trouble. End of that was it. Yeah. Anyway. I also just a little side note on Soul Death there, but just chatting with Reggie about the fact that the hype could not maintain long enough so that by the time Chun-Li dropped in City of the Wolves, he would not even get to play her because it fizzled. That's brutal. Imagine looking and seeing a character that you want to show up in something. And
what are you talking about?
Sorry, Chun-Li got announced for City of the Wolves.
Yeah.
Fatal Fury.
Okay. Is she in it?
Yeah, she's in. Chun-Li. They showed a trailer.
When did that happen?
That happened like yesterday.
Bro, I didn't even see that.
Okay, sorry.
That's crazy.
Sorry. Yeah, and they did the big Chun-Li hey look, the boobies, you know? She's thick.
That's crazy. I didn't even see that. Oh, yeah. That's like its own
and it's like yeah, you can see in the future. It's like your main, the character you love, is here, but will it last till that point? No. Anyways.
That's hilarious.
Yep. Don't even get me started on the fucking Sam Show money. They're like
Sam Show money.
They're like, okay, this year was a crazy Sam Show's on its way out. It's gonna have one last crazy hurrah with $1.5 million attached to it, and then they're like, next year it's coming back and there's gonna be a $4.5 million prize pool, and it's just like, oh my god.
For who?
Oh my god.
Like the 6 guys and you?
Yeah.
All right, well,
For
go
anyone
get $1
that
million.
cares. Not if I gotta fucking fly there to do it. I don't know. Anyway, let's take some letters.
Hey, before we take it, fuck it. I don't even care. But if you want to send in, want to send in some letters, go send it to castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com. That's castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com.
Love that. All right. Let's see here. All right. A guy from Finland asks, "Dear fathers of Patrickson and Woolly Daughter."
Hey, what's up? That is kind of the naming convention. That's crazy
Accurate.
out there.
Long-time listener, first-time questioner. Any favorite examples of questions that could have gone unanswered? For example, in Mass Effect, what do Quarians look like without a mask? No need to answer it. That's the one.
That's the one.
That's
you ruined your email in concept.
Yep. That's the
by
one.
Picking the most perfect example.
Master Chief, etc., comes after that, but
anyone who wears a mask all the time should not take it off. You should get at best like a shot of them putting on the mask, like the Darth Vader shot where you see the back of his head's all fucked up, but then he puts the mask on.
And Samus doesn't apply because you could see her face from day one, but it was all pixelated and whatever, But that was always there, so she works. Anyone with a mask, 100%.
I think a huge proportion of mysteries that get answered in all fiction should just not be answered at all.
Yeah, but as time goes on, the urge is too strong to just fill in the gaps.
Here's the answer. And 90% of the time, the answer sucks.
I got one. How many loads did Heihachi drop in fertile young woman across the world? And Harada has answered that to say no fewer than 18.
You didn't need to answer that. You
Well,
could have just been like, you got around. Just say you got around.
No. We know that there are at least 19.
That's weird.
Bastard children. Enough.
All right, you know what?
For the entire franchise to carry forward indefinitely.
All right, fuck it. Tekken 9. Let's go. Okay. Wooly, I'm gonna go for a deep pull. Do you remember the Need for Speed series?
Okay.
You remember how Need for Speed did not feature Porsches for a while for some fucking reason? I think they were missing from 4.
Okay.
But then for Need for Speed 5, I think it was, they got the Porsche license, and then that game was all Porsches. And it was fucking stupid, right?
Tekken 9, Battle of the Bastards.
All Mishimas, all of them.
Battle of the
Nothing
Bastards.
But.
Doria. Yep, totally. And I mean, the age ranges are massive and all the way across, but I'm sure there's a 4-year-old in there that's got a little bit of electricity.
Bro, how old's Heihachi? He's pretty fucking old, right?
Infinity, yeah.
Okay, so you know what? You want to do Heihachi Mishima is dead? Here comes Heihachi 2. Just actually, he had this kid first before Kazuya. His hair balded in the same way. It's crazy. It's like the
Oh,
same guy, just a
Heihachi.
little younger.
Heihachi had a teenage pregnancy, right?
Wait, what? Heihachi had a teenage
No,
pregnancy?
no, no. Like pregnant teens, like when that
Yeah.
happens on whatever TV shows. So him and some other girl back in school, just that they got pregnant young, and so there's another Heihachi that's not that far from his age.
And he looks like he did in Tekken 3. He's that
Yeah.
old.
Okay. There. Yep. Mm-hmm. Also, unanswered questions that got answered. Apparently, there's more than one ogre. There are ogres on every continent, actually. So, yeah, there's Miarizo confirms that there is an ogre for every continent. Ogres all around.
Continents aren't even real. Continents aren't even real.
Nah, the spirit knows where the lines are drawn. The spirit knows that Australia over there, we consider it to be its own thing. And if
continents aren't even real. They're political designations.
and if Australia ever joined any other union, then that ogre would cease to be. There's many ogres. Here comes Miarizo. I just want my Aztec fighter, man. It's not that hard.
Apparently it's super hard. Apparently it's really hard.
It's crazy. It's
Aztec Fighter has like the worst track record of almost any archetype ever.
absolutely bad shit. They either job or they just never, or they can't show up again, or when they do, here you go. I mean,
Nikali got like Game of Thrones season ending memory hold. Like Nikali might as well be erased from history.
I'm not against, here's the I'm not even against the waifu reboot characters, because hey, Aki's great, right? We love her. She's cool.
I would like to hold up my hand and only say that I am against Tekken's waifu reboot characters. Okay.
Specifically. Fair.
If you made a Tekken lady
Yeah.
that looked different at all,
Yeah.
then yeah, okay.
But also, with the asterisk, Aki is great because we had to deal with Fang and
Yeah,
get
but
used
Aki's
to
also
that.
like super weird and unique.
And similarly, now I'm like, yeah, Rufus, let's go. Right?
I will never be there.
Nah, I'm like, you know what? You got a big fat guy. Let's do it. I also like Bob. I think he's cool. The Sammo Hung type, you know.
I think Bob's way cooler than
Bob
Rufus.
is way cooler as far as a fat fighter goes. But like, if you were to lean into that and bring that back now, it would be unique. It would be different. All this to say that an ogre for every continent, according to the UN, is not what anyone asked for.
Yeah, no, if you're going to reveal some secret piece of information, you have to kill it. You have to it has to be like solid, like rock solid. If it's anything other than like the best reveal ever, then just fucking let it be a mystery. What are the Reapers in fucking Mass Effect is just as bad as what a Quarian looks like. It's just as bad.
God, okay, Mass Effect as a whole is that issue, because all these amazing questions in part 1, and then
I answered them and it's boring.
Yeah. I mean, at least you never actually go to the fucking Volus planet, or the what do we call it? The Volus and the tall guys. What are they called again? The
Alcor.
The Alcor. At least you never go see it, and they don't fuck up that conversation, you know? But Jesus, like, I'm sure somewhere on the cutting room floor, the Alcor planet was like a potential scene that was removed.
You know what? I'm going to expand what I'm saying, and Mass Effect's a really good example. So when you don't know anything and things aren't well defined, your setting is infinite. And I think Mass Effect's a really incredible example of what happens when you just make decisions that artificially limit the types of places, things, and characters that can exist in your setting. Like every single piece of information you learn in Mass Effect 2 and 3 violently limits the scope of the setting.
I want to clarify that when I'm talking about the Volus gas fart homeworld, etc., as a concept to go visit that place, now that I have completed that trilogy and know the limitations of what they were doing and how that would have been fucked up and probably sucked, I'd rather not go.
Yeah.
It would not have been good. It would have sucked. It's better
the Elcor homeworld could be the coolest place ever, but it'll never live up to the implication
the conversation.
Of
because now that we know that everything that they built up in the first game cannot be lived up to, I don't want to see it anymore. If they delivered on anything that was cool, if at all, then yes. But in concept, it's never going to match that conversation because nothing else did.
It's a really interesting situation because like there's a really old-fashioned entertainment adage that works really well for games and movies, which is make sure to leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
That's kind of the peak of it.
Yeah, and like nothing is as cool as like the auto-completed details that your brain fills in the blanks with.
Yeah.
Man, it was so crazy to like come out the other end of this Mass Effect trilogy and then realize that like those exact points of like highlight that were so sick about the setting in the original were what everyone else kind of thought were the best parts too. And it's like it's almost like in Metal Gear when it was like coming out the other side of 4 and realizing that like, oh yeah, no, the boss is the best thing ever, and we all agreed, and that's why the lore got all fucked up. Same thing, except in the opposite sense, because you can't possibly live up to what you set up there, and whatever, writers and all the complications of schedules aside.
I mean, Metal Gear is a really good example because you and I spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours discussing parts of the plot, and then MGS4 came out. It was like, hey, guess what? Here's the answer to every question you had, and it's the same answer to every question you had, and it's wildly unsatisfying.
But Kojima was at the mantle for every one of those projects. At no point did some guest director step in and be like, I'm taking over and redirecting Kojima's vision here.
You know what? I have the ultimate. I have the absolute best example of questions that should not have been answered. I don't think anything will top this. I think that fucking Evangelion PS2 game should have not included all that fucking super detailed background on what the fucking angels are, on what the fucking black egg is, or any of that fucking shit, because none of that shit matters.
The ancient race.
None of that shit matters.
The ancient race
sucks.
And the moons and Adam and Eve.
Sucks.
Oh, the lore. That deep shit.
None of that shit matters.
My God.
To the story Ava is telling.
No one knows about that shit either. You got a wiki dive.
You and me fucking know about that
shit.
You
got a wiki dive hard. Yeah, okay. So the progenitor race and every detail of Ava, they're out there if you're willing to go scrape for it and find out exactly what angels
sucks,
dude. and the impacts midichlorians.
Like what the angels are, why they're here, why we're here, what the geofront is, all that shit. Fucking terrible. You, the viewer, are not supposed to know. Gendo's supposed to know, and Fuyutsuki's supposed to know, and maybe some of the Sele guys, but the context and perspective of Evangelion is that of characters who are cut out of the loop and not prepared to deal with it. It is actively harmful to that television show and movies narrative to know any of that shit.
But because it happens after the thing is done and exists in the form of this random fucking wiki dive, I kind of like, it doesn't feel like real. It's just information coming after, so you can just not care. Like, it doesn't bother me as much to have that expounded upon after the fact, you know, versus finding out about midichlorians midway through your prequel.
Burn the PS2 Dead Sea Scrolls if I had access to them.
Yeah, I just, it's the method of delivery doesn't bother me, so I'm fine with it.
Oh no, it's not the method. I don't think that information should exist for you or I at all. I think the only thing it can do is hurt the story.
What do you think about when, like, there's notes, liner notes for like a story that a director has in like an art book or something that like solve or explain something that was never shown?
I would put that along the lines of guy who wrote The Soprano accidentally spoiling the ending
David
in an
Chase,
interview.
yeah. because for example, we pretty much know exactly what went down with Nero the first time with that arm change moment, especially with the novels and all that other stuff. And then the whole body, and then the DT form in the art book that was never used from back then, etc.
Pretty obvious.
But if you're just going off what the game tells you, it's a couple lines and then it's dead, and then whatever. Who knows? Cutting room floor, you know? Yeah. There's just something about it where it's like, It comes afterwards in a fucking deep art book, thus I'm impervious to it. And I'm saying this as the person who went into the lore of the Patchy Slot Guilty Gear to find out about Soul and Sin's assault on the mages, you know what I mean? To find out about the true nature of Izuna and what happened truly the first time the man entered the backyard. Only if you play Overture can you find this information out. But who cares? Duel 1, let's rock. Volcanic Viper.
As I have gotten older, part of the thing that I've realized I've been doing is I've been focusing more on like the emotional through line of a story and its thematic core rather than, but how did that guy get there? Where'd that alien ship come from? And like at the end of the day, like a lot of that shit like doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I don't always hate it, but it just depends on how it's executed.
It depends on the type of setting.
Yeah. You know,
like
sometimes you can pull the camera back, go somewhere else, follow someone else during a thing, and it's like, oh, that's interesting. You know, what was going on over here, or what's the lore on that, and what's this, or, you know, whatever the case is. But then there's an extent to which you can exhaust that, and I'd say fucking Gundam, you see the 1 Year War, where it's like, okay, there are good 1 Year War stories, and there are bad ones, and then there are just so many that, like, you can do a Jack Bauer 24 style.
It was a big war,
but you have so many perspectives of what happened at this point, because there's always one more story that took place during that year.
Did you know that the 1 Year War actually happened across a lot of places, and there were a lot of fights? And do you know, at the end of the day, that there were some cool robots?
Also,
I don't know what else the rest of Gundam's trying to say, but I do know that there are some cool robots.
Also, 1 year is relative and space is large, therefore space and time can really mean that things can last. Anyway,
that's not true. The 1 year designation in almost every sci-fi universe is always one solar year.
From
or 1 Terran year, or whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want it. Yes. Well, UC, Universal Century, using the actual timeline.
Yeah.
In any case, yeah, no, and then somewhere between those cool robots, we get a hot boy band, we get lesbians, and all kinds of other cool shit going on.
You know, do you remember the Batman film, The Dark Knight?
Mm-hmm.
Probably pretty well, because that was a pretty big movie, and I'm sure we both watched it a bunch of times.
Oh, multiple. It was great.
So when Joker's in the parade and Bruce Wayne is sneaking around through the fucking the apartment that has like the fake rifle in it, right? That he was only able to find by reconstructing the bullet and all that shit. And like there's a trap waiting for him, despite how could Joker have known that he was gonna be there? Wouldn't it have been so much more interesting if we had a scene in which Joker explains his plan for how he knew Batman was going to show up to that apartment? Wouldn't that have been so much more interesting? Like, no, it wouldn't have. The way more interesting thing is like he didn't. He just assumed someone would find it.
So the ultimate version of that is, what if we followed Dio's point of view?
Oh yeah, I've seen animated videos of this.
Could you imagine? Like, I'm like all the way across from running down that staircase and replacing Polnareff to
just giggling on the way back up,
right? And then just twirling Poochie's hair. And then just hanging out in bed. And then, oh, okay, hold on. Time for me to run around and plant some beads. Right, okay, and now we got to grab some woman, and now it's
deeply unserious.
Dio's journal from day to day is absolutely cloud shoes. You know, but boy, oh boy, there's something deep inside of me that wants to see it. I want to know every day what life was like.
Big day out.
Dio's big day. Dio's big century. He's a busy man, and he fucks a lot. Yeah. You know, now I gotta go to Italy for a while. You know? At what point does he realize that he's with Jonathan's body, that, like, you know, he's still got, he's got little Jonathan sperm with little Dio hair on it. Like, at what point does he realize that that you could use someone else's body to
It's the fucking gayest shit that's ever been. It's so fucking like I just like, oh, I'm using his body to impregnate people and create new men. Like, oh my fucking God, dude. Jesus fucking Christ.
If you want to ship Dio and Jonathan together, I mean, yeah, all right. No, that's, hey, Araki, you're doing it. They wrote a book about Dio, and there still isn't enough time to cover what the fuck he's up to from his point of view. All right, that'll do.
It's fucking so stupid that he lost. Like, every piece of information you add to Dio's like big day is like, what? You could have had like 1,000 stand users attack the Stardust Crusaders all at once.
I mean, he traveled the world strategically making stand users, and not only with the fucking arrow, but finding the natural born ones as well, and convincing them to join him, some by seed and by the bud, others with just charisma and sex.
And some were just like down with it right away.
Right away, absolutely.
My whole horse was like, yeah, sure, fuck it.
You know, while, again, planting seeds, while knocking people up, just worldwide, all day, every day, nonstop, and still having time to pose when the Fly is next to him, and he's, you know, still has time.
All right,
when the Joe Stars need him.
All right, I don't listen, Poochie. I know we got to twirl hairs, and I got all these people to impregnate and Bud and all that, but Polnareff's almost back up to the top of the staircase. Can you give me 5 seconds? Okay, I need to put him over my shoulder. And this is my favorite part about this. This is my favorite part. It's a really long staircase, so he has to do the whole staircase in 2.5 seconds.
All the way.
Like, he has to be sprinting his shit off
because he doesn't have 9 seconds yet.
Back up there and be like,
Yeah,
pose.
he doesn't have 9 seconds yet. He's got to resume. He's got to mark an X and know exactly where to return to. 1,000,000%. You know, he's got to put fucking minions' heads on dogs to make sure that they could bark and talk and yap
in 5 seconds.
You know,
like really fast. Like he's sweating. He's like he's waiting at tables, and a party of 20 just came in. Energy.
It's the best. It's the fucking best. All right. That'll do.
Have a good week, everybody. Be safe.